Creation, a world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound, and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, chills as Aura.
It feels like I've been here before.
Orak as Lythander.
Deja vu. I forgot to hit record again. Oh shit, please don't kill me, guys.
Alatos as Gavel.
Insert Rocking the Bow by Ice9 Kills here.
And everyone else played by me, GamerX the GM. I'm here to make a contract with you and become a magical girl.
No!
Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, from the greatest threats creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers.
Also, sorry for screaming there. I just felt that was needed
I
for a joke.
I think that was a good scream.
Okay.
That was,
Yeah,
a good, powerful, emotional scream.
I peaked my mic. You're gonna go deaf.
We forgot to hit record for a few minutes, but it's okay. We only need to repeat the in-session intro.
We used...
Don't pin blame on anyone besides I, Lythander, the dumbass of the seething dumbasses, who is now fully awake after realizing they could have screwed this entire session over harder than they already have by falling asleep because I tired and dumb.
Don't worry,
Listen, I looked at the recording. You fell asleep for a grand total of 2 minutes in the last session. Don't worry.
Don't worry, I used my stand Mandem to revert time by 5 minutes.
Oh, thank
That
God.
only works for 6 seconds.
Well, mine doesn't. Well, mine is... I guess I'm just built different.
So, what happened
Now
that we've done the session recap once already in the previous lost 5 minutes, what's happened last time?
We were transported to...
I wanna... Oh, shoot. I wanna do it. I just have to wait.
This is your
All right.
This is your character arc for development as a player.
Alright, you do it. Go.
Come on, load.
It's a fucking tournament! Tournament! We interrupt this program to bring you an important message. Tournament!
We interrupt this program to bring you an important message. Everyone's drowning.
Yes!
Thank you,
Gigak. Bless you. That's gonna probably get cut out. But, oh no.
Probably not.
Okay, good. But yeah, no. Last time we fought, I one-shotted somebody again. Oops.
No, that was last time.
Oh, that was last.
Yeah.
So
Last time you had trauma flashbacks.
Oh yeah, you're right. I realized that my wife was actually a manipulative person who I still love for some reason. Oh no, I have Stockholm syndrome. Please help. We also had a few things happen, such as me learning that I was a murderer assassin, which makes sense after killing almost everybody who has fought against me pretty easily. Besides that damned Yaku man, they shall perish one day.
Additionally,
And didn't we talk to the dragon? No, we didn't talk to the dragon again. That was last.
You also got a boat.
Yes, we got a boat. Thank you.
we obtained a Byzantine warship.
I remember on the boat we were doing stuff. I forget exactly what off the top of my head. I do have to apologize about that. It's been a week since that. For some reason, my brain is having terrible ideas of trying to catch up. And I kind of stole that entire thing while you guys did it before, so now I look like I paid attention even though I didn't. That was my grand plan all along.
Well, guess what? You did pay attention, technically,
I'm the GM.
to the last time we recapped
Listen,
this.
I also work a 9-to-5 job and also find it hard to keep all these tracks and notes. Don't worry about it.
You do 9 to 5?
I do, yeah.
Lucky.
I do 3:30 to 11:30.
That
At
explains
night.
a lot about your availability schedule. So, other details that happened. As mentioned, everyone's underwater because Meon finally acted once he was sure all the major targets were in one place for the grand finals. So, he just used neighborhood relocation scheme to teleport the entire building into the ocean.
Under the sea.
Yes. And thankfully there were no civilian casualties thanks to A, Lythander using the ring, and B, Gavel turning someone into a freaky fish.
Freaky fish person!
And see Janice conjuring a shitload of vines to just everyone to pull themselves into the safety of the ring, where there is oxygen.
Unfortunately, Aura did not have any skills that were helpful to this particular situation, so she just made a bonfire under the water and just stood there.
Speaking of which, the ocean is not the only hazard. There's also a demon in here.
Yes.
With the sign of Venus floating above them for some reason. They're a demon, a first circle summon of Kimberly. That's one of the absolute worst things you could face underwater, because it turns water into more of itself. It's Ice 9, but with seawater.
Oh, shoot, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I actually...
Oh,
so do you know what's messed up?
My intro quote was on par.
I did not know what Ice 9 was until I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts.
Oh, yeah, they had a 15-minute conversation about it in Zero Escape while they were all freezing to death.
You got
Zero
schooled
Escape?
on what...
It sounds like it's a terrible game series that we need to stream one day on the Action
You
Economy.
got schooled on what Ice 9 was by Storytime Animation?
No, I think it was like scrolling through shorts and a particular person who I don't want to say showed up with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I mean, honestly, you probably shouldn't give Neil deGrasse Tyson the time of day nowadays. Anyway. He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, you don't say. I've almost been saying this for years.
My gun, we'll call it a gun, is self-loathing and hates itself.
And Gavel, and Lythander,
and demons.
I can't believe Eggman came to his intervention drunk.
Yeah, and me also. They hate me now.
Also, new tokens.
New tokens!
What do you mean, new tokens?
Yes.
What do you mean? Oh, shit! New tokens? Come on down to,
underwater.
Chills, what's your PayPal so we could get people to pay you money?
That's right.
Probably redirect them to
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go to... Is it Diogo or is it Melton Chills?
It's you just go to @Diogo Monteso on Twitter and give me money so I can draw you funny picture.
Funny pictures will be upcoming more as I commission BBEG tokens. Speaking of BBEGs, hey, you're all drowning. How you deal?
Partial transformation to fish and grab Aurora, who is in water to give Gil.
Probably within a few swimming strokes of getting there.
Yeah, I give everybody who didn't get biffed or didn't get put in the ring Gills.
This isn't really too much of a demon you can fight physically, because shooting the wall... It's one of those demons that doesn't have a defined physical form for you to fight. This is more dealing with an environmental hazard, or finding puzzles to stop it from turning the rest of the ocean you're in to acid.
I know, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. And as I continue to expand my bonfire into long range,
that buys you time, but unfortunately, there seems to be some quality about the acid that makes it sublimate or resistant, or the fire does not seem to be affecting it like normal water would. Normally, it would be boiled out immediately, like any kind of viral pathogen or contaminants in water, but this seems to be different. It's built different, like you.
Oh, no. I don't like it when other things are built different. Normally it's great, but it's when it's with me. Okay. I have no helpful skills for the situation. I'm just gonna bail. Bye.
If only there was some expert on demons in the group.
If only.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm right here. Alright, so this is... From what you've described, this is basically a elemental demon of sorts.
Awesome.
Yes?
Yes, this is a relative of the elements of vitriol. So, a bit of backstory. Way back in session 1 when I described the creation of the universe, Gaia set down the 5 elements: earth, fire, water, air, wood. Malthus wanted to include a special secret 6th element that was better than all the others and subsumed all of them and was perfect and the ultimate acid. And then Gaia fucking vetoed that shit because we don't want your Gary Sue element in my elemental cycle.
That's really funny. He just introduced... He just put in like his self-insert primordial element. He'd be like, this one is the bestest one, and it can play through all hand trap and be good. And also has plus 10 strength.
He's super strong, has laser eyes!
Insert Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan-made overpowered card of your choice here.
They don't even have to be fan-made. killed all the Tears. It's still best deck.
No, it's
Yeah, it was like...
No, they
or
got
it's
banned.
like Slivers in Magic the Gathering.
No, don't worry, they got banned. It's fine.
Don't worry, people.
Man, I'm glad I don't
5
play-
minutes after that ban list, Pack came out with a new list and won a locals.
Nah, it's fine.
Man, I'm glad I don't play TCGs.
Yeah.
Same.
Anyway.
So, when all the Primordials were mutilated and shoved up Malvius's asshole, stomach, whichever metaphor you prefer to use,
Whichever.
he decided to have his own element with blackjack and nightclubs.
Cool.
So, this is something related to that. Kimberly was really into the idea of her own fucked up elemental thing, so she made this as a variant on it. Put out a fragment of her defining soul, decided to make her own blackjack and nightclub variant. This is an OC of an OC. We go an Underfell here.
Oh, goodness sakes. This is 2007 all over
And
again.
as your eyes are adjusting to the water, you can see a lot of OC donut steel elements in this monster as well. All sorts of rainbow, sparkly colors.
This is a
and it hurts to
Technicolor
look at.
nightmare.
Yeah, and it's growing.
I'm
More
growing.
of the water is becoming it.
And you can hear it. You can hear it in the horizon yelling, "You're fucking cringe!"
It actually does yell, "You're cringe!"
No, yeah, cringe!
What's cringe? Tahira asks, struggling to breathe until she realizes she doesn't need to use her mouth for that with her gills. How does this... Oh, we're gonna have to talk after this. What the hell did you do?
Oh, I'll
I-
have to,
you see-
I'll have to keep that in mind in case
You see,
this goes to it.
I made you fishy.
Jabs her thumb at Gavel. That was her!
No, I did it.
Gavel shrugs.
Gavel doesn't have any gills right now.
Correct.
I touch Gavel.
Okay. Gills.
Take these.
Gavel's still not going to speak. Gavel's still not going to speak, but will accept the gills.
So, as this is going on, this demon has been growing more and more. It's probably a few feet away from you right now. You can already feel...
Lythander, please, I can't breathe outside the
I
water.
already gave you gills!
I can't breathe outside the water. I'm outside the water. You gotta get rid of the gills, please.
I said if you're in the water, I'd give you gills. If you're not, I would leave you
I'm
alone.
outside. I already used the gills. It's fine. You gotta get rid of the gills. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I'll get rid of
So this is in the adventure-heavy session. The first big obstacle, getting the fuck away from this demon.
That is the
Yep.
correct course of action.
So what are our exit strategies?
Swim like hell.
Well, yes, that, but direction. Besides up.
Unfortunately, all
I
the windows
suppose.
were already blocked in order to prevent Sozin's entry.
Fuck that
Indeed.
shit.
That's kind of coming back to bite everyone.
All right, are we gonna have to make our own exit now?
Well, there's always the typical idea of range combat plus force toward wall or blockade rather.
That was Tahira's attempt on what to figure out what to do with her dice pool of 4 dice.
Yeah, that's fair.
The one success, she has no idea what to do.
I will detonate.
There
the
is too
swamp.
much. She's actually getting too close to the acid blood, so now all of her new skin is starting to, it's
Uh-oh.
not great. Let's just say that, to
Uh-oh.
avoid excessive gore detailing.
And I go, all right, stand back. I'm gonna blow this thing wide open. I'm gonna try to blow a hole onto the fortifications just to get everybody through.
Go ahead and give me a roll for that.
All right, that's 4 successes.
Okay, I should note that Meon, from wherever the hell he is using one of his qualities of "Did I authorize this?" to add an obstacle
no.
to this venture to escape the demon he summoned. So instead of 3 difficult things, you'll have to roll 4 to escape from this nightmare.
Okay.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Question. Can I use Sagacity to do anything with this?
Yes, depending on what you decide to do. I need a little bit more details.
Let's see.
So, my brain is saying the demon was summoned, correct?
Yeah?
Can't I just summon it back to where it was?
You mean banish it?
Not banish it, it just goes back to its home.
That's what I'm banishing.
Yeah, banish, yes. To banish it, using necromancy.
This was summoned through sorcery rather than necromancy, and while the two of them are related, there might be some interesting consequences to using necromancy to banish it.
I'm willing.
It's an option, but...
I'm willing to use those interesting things. I'm going to try to grow bones out of the ground to pull
What
it
ground?
back.
You're floating in the water!
I mean, we're flowing in the water, yes, but there's ground on the... There's ground under the water. Is there not?
Meters below, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna banish it by using a million hands to pull the water down.
Or pull... Okay. In that case, go ahead and give me a sagacity roll with a stunt for the mental image, because this is some pretty funny shit.
Alrighty. I am going to use a... I'm going to spend a mote to use an excellency in sagacity.
Go ahead.
And, let's see, that's going to be 17 d10s.
You rolled 17.
You rolled a 17.
You rolled the number 17.
The number 17.
I forgot the space, didn't I?
It's fine. And also an equal sign.
You're good.
There we go.
There
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Sheesh.
Hey, the difficulty roll was 7 to get this thing contained.
What?
Did I do it backwards for the equal to, or?
Nah, you're fine.
I'll accept it.
No. It's
It's
yeah,
just-
but I was gonna say you should accept it that one because it did roll 17 dice, but
it's just you don't roll the equal sign. You just do the greater
Yeah.
than and then 7.
And you don't do a space. You just do it straight up.
oh.
Yep.
Yeah, 11
like that.
successes.
Yeah.
I'll take the first one,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yep.
In any case, it was difficulty 7, so you do succeed at this. So, here's a little interesting thought. What's the blood of the earth?
Lava.
Water.
No, I was about to say.
A bit of both.
Bit of both.
So, with those successes, you reach under the earth and concentrate on the undead equivalent of dragon lines. What's dragon spelled backward? That's the name of the dragon lines in the underworld.
Hold on. Let me.
What's dragon spell backward?
Yeah.
Noggard? Nogard?
You focus on the Noggard lines.
I focus on the Pokemon Nogard ability.
You focus on the Nogard lines, and you realize that there is a current of ash underneath the ocean. This is shampoo. In the United States, there is a lot of crime and corruption that goes down, being creation's equivalent of Gotham. So there's a lot of trauma and fire and hate that echoes into the underworld. And you were able to tap into that through your necromantic teachings as your own essence grows stronger. You guys are on the cusp of hitting Essence 3 with this adventure, after all. And you focus, and hundreds upon hundreds of bone hands spring forth from the earth to answer your call.
Whoa.
They're all thin and spindly, but the actual effect here is they're not able to pull it down, but what they do is they manage to mix some of the underworld's ash lava blood. Springs flows forth from their hands, and this seems to damage the monster. This thing's weakness is blood.
Hmm.
Oh.
Ow, your blood on me.
So my intro quote from the other timeline was also on point.
Yeah, that was also what my intro quote from last time of the Bloodborne famous scene was in reference to.
Sakes. All right.
You could resolve the rest of this venture immediately without rolling by sacrificing some health levels.
Oh. Better idea.
Content warning for self-harm if you decide to do that.
Better idea. I got a favor from the goddess of magma.
That you do.
I activate Domain's Beneficence on whatever the hell Korek is trying to do.
I'm gonna rule that, rather than sagacity, this is gonna be a navigate roll, since you're harnessing the natural world around you, and that's what survival is folded into. Go ahead and give me a Fortitude plus Navigate, and add the Domain's Beneficence bonus.
Alright, so it's 2 dice. It's a 2 dice success. Bonus. So yeah, it would be navigate. Also, I'm rolling with the excellency, so it goes on to 8d10 plus 10 plus 2, so 10. Oh no, it's 2 successes, so 2 automatic successes. All right, so nice. That's 7.
Again, just barely managed to meet the target.
Nice.
This is an encounter Meon designed very hard to try and kill everyone here. So the difficulty is pretty strong.
Yep.
He juiced this thing up. And yet, you, rather than tapping into the underworld currents, I'm going to say that this resolves the encounter right now because of the specific way it happens. You conjure into the normal elements flow of creation, the dragon lines rather than the Dogon lines or whatever that's, the Nogon lines.
Yep.
And you pull forth magma from the seafloor, or rather than magma, superheated steam, because down in the south there are a few veins of steam and fire and heat that go all the way down towards the bottom of the ocean, like undersea thermal vents.
Yeah, the abyssal.
There's one of them that you manage to just coax upward to the surface through your celestial authority and your bond with Magnanimous Pyroclast. One of those jets emerges from underneath, from what used to be the arena floor, and another from what used to be the bar, and it shoots a giant mixture of ocean seafloor, volcanic pressure and heat and steam and alcohol into this thing's face.
I guess Magnanimous Pyroclast really wanted a drink.
And all that interacts with the skeletal hands and underworld essence Lythander made. Everyone give me a Fortitude plus Physique roll to avoid the massive explosion.
Oh no, not Fortitude plus Physique, my weakness!
You know,
Fortitude
physique, that
check.
actually...
Physique?
Huh.
What's a physique?
Gavel actually has 3 physique. That's impressive. Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm going to have to...
So Fortitude...
I'll roll to cure a
6.
secondary pool for her rough and tumble
3.
thing. Hey, good thing the bonus you gave to her will help. Oh no, a botch!
0.
Oh no.
3 successes. 7
That's with
successes
the 3
for
dice
the
bonus.
freaky fish person.
That's with the freaky fish powers added in. That's 10 successes.
Yeah.
Hey, with that, I'm just gonna rule that she mostly pulls Aura out of the way.
Okay.
So the other two, for Gavel and Lythander, you two notice the sparks of essence, and just from Lythander's own knowledge of, oh wait, living plus god essence usually involves antimatter plus matter. Uh-oh. So you two were able to swim away in time. Aura, you're caught in part of the explosion, and I'm gonna roll a damage dice pool against you.
Oh no. Don't kill me, bro. Okay, good. Okay, I just get singed. Good.
Yeah, Tahira's able to pull you out of the way, and your old clothes are burned up.
That's okay. I just drew...
leaving only your new token.
Nice. Half of my coat burned off, so I still have the other half.
Mm-hmm.
As indicated by the token.
Yep, very fashion asymmetry.
Yeah.
So the demon is now fucking exploded and drunk, or just too drunk to continue.
That's fair.
As you are flaying up, you start to hear warbling as it starts to sing in Old Realm. Demon is now too drunk to continue fighting.
Oh man. Alright, since let's see. And I was actually, Gavel was going to try to use this to actually resolve this, but since it has been resolved already, hey, would it be possible to use Golden Year's Tarnished Black on this demon?
It would, yeah.
Alright, so right before I do that, I'm going to spend an emote on Excellency, particularly in Embassy.
Go ahead and give me a roll.
Oh.
And then, hold on. So let me mark those two as I'm using them, and then take that, and then do that. And let me see. So, finesse plus embassy. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh my god, that's a botch.
No!
Botch! 0 successes.
Gavel, how do you think this backfires?
Alright, so I'm basically talking to an elemental demon. So Gavel is probably going to try and speak in very, physical presence terms, basically making fun of the fact that this demon is an elemental and not a, corporeal being, so to say.
I'm going to do a bit of a yes and with that, if that's okay. So in addition to making fun of it, you'll also make fun of the summoner, who is Meon.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it seems pretty blitzed out of its mind thanks to all the alcohol you shoved into it, it looks incredibly offended, and then uses Hurry Home. Spends 2 motes to teleport back to the summoner's side.
You know what? That works. Fair enough. Not the desired outcome, but it still works.
Even though summoned first circle demons aren't normally able to use Hurry Home, seems like one of the benefits of the Sidereal marking above his head was bypassing some of those limitations.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the feeling it was insulted on Meon's behalf, judging by the offended. Like, it didn't really have normal humanish eyes. It just had solid, like, eye-shaped clouds in the sea that just kind of always stayed constant, but they scrunched in a very human-like how dare you fashion.
That's fine. I'm sure Gavel's used to that look.
Mm-hmm. That's the look she has often. Hell, Karen. So you've escaped that, and it's at this point that, Nellens Liza pops her head out of the ring. What the... Pops her head back in. Fucking Wreath, the dead ref, pops out. Okay, we're gonna have to call a rain check on the match. Also, what the hell was that?
Lythander, disappears into the night.
Okay.
Seems that, we've had a bit of a,
I thought we were all running away. I come back.
No,
this is...
Seems we have had a bit of a, unexpected travel, it seems.
Is that the fucking plumber who came? There was a plumber who came by. I don't really remember too much what he looked like. He was here to put in some new water fixtures or something for the bar, but...
Yahoo!
He mentioned something about, bad supports in the sea. Did he do that?
Yahoo!
That would appear to be the case, yes. See, your plumber, is the person we've been looking for.
Their name is Mario.
What?
Ain't Mario from, I don't know, a Western name? Like, all the way on the... Like, that sounds like someone you'd find in The Call.
Of the Haunted, yes. The strongest card that exists.
Thought that was Exodia, the forbidden one.
No! Not Explodia!
Don't.
Continue.
So, no one died, I think. Whatever this place is, yeah, there's a lot of people screaming and complaining in here, but ain't nobody died, so good on you for that. I'll do my best to calm everyone down and find another booking for the match. We're gonna have to go another few days for this.
That's fine.
I'm gonna keep people in the ring.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not letting them out.
Do you say that in character?
No, this is out of character.
Okay.
All
Just
right.
making sure.
Huh.
I'm
How the
just
heck do
gonna
I get
wonder
back-
if people are gonna say, Hey, where is everybody?
I wonder how far we got warped. Like, far from the mainland, I mean.
Well, there's only one way to find out, now isn't there? We need to go up.
I suppose
Wouldn't
so.
going up kinda kill us due to the pressure difference?
Not if we go slow enough.
True, I'm glad I gave us gills.
Also, now that you're out of the... Tahira grabs Gavel by the shoulder. What did you do?
So about that, see, if you want to fix this, you're going to need to talk to a god. Specifically a god of healing. Or sorcery.
I don't know if she has teeth anymore. She might have like those little filgreens or tendrils that whales have, so she just kind of grinds them together futilely.
But the silver lining is you've saved a bunch of people. So, bonus points for you, I suppose. Nothing like a good deed and all that.
It was Slugman, wasn't it?
It was yes, it was.
Of course, I always thought these tournaments would be death traps. Gather all these people in one place would be perfect for someone to set a fire blast bomb off or something. Seems to be a bit more watery than I thought, but I've been warning people for decades, and yet it's only the first time it's happened. Now what?
Well, now we see where we're at, and then get to shore, so we can figure out what to do next.
Alright, gonna have to have you to... someone's gotta give me a navigate roll.
That ain't gonna be Gavel.
That's navigation.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for this skill to come into play. But first...
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
But first...
Fun fact about the weekend, they had a really cool haunted house in Universal.
by the way, navigate plus what?
Navigate plus finesse.
Alright. Gonna roll an excellency. That's not good.
That's a failure.
That is a failure.
That's 2 successes. Is there any way we can help?
Retro stunt if you'd like.
I'm going to activate Waves and Rivers Ranging. Spin a mote, and then, of course, allow a story-important member of their crew or traveling entourage to use the Navigate rating for one roll. If I have higher essence than they do, they gain the difference in the essence rating in bonus successes. Also, I gain 2 additional anima. And at essence 2, if they have a tie of respect or fear to me, they may use the Navigate Excellency on the roll without paying the cost.
I'm gonna say that a Sunken Reef is gonna go and do that then.
Then roll for...
Sunken Reef is just essence 1, so that's 2. That's a 1 essence success for him.
Bonus success, alright, and they can use the Navigate Excellency. My rating is 3.
Okay, that makes his pool 11 dice with 1 bonus success. 4 successes.
Nice. Does that do it?
So how this works in narrative is that you do unfortunately lose a bit of time via just acclimating to the bends, because no matter what Lythander's magic can do, he can't quite break the laws of physics yet.
Give it time.
Mm-hmm. And the right sorcerer's workings. And you do need to take a while to get back up. And Aura, it doesn't help that... How often do you go underwater?
Never.
Do you even know how to swim?
No.
So that's an issue then. Even though you can breathe underwater now, you have to learn how to swim.
Gavel is going to grab Aura by the collar and drag him around.
I ain't never seen a lake bigger, ain't any body of water bigger than Lake Michigan. Don't you expect me to know how to do this?
That's why I'm doing it for
I'm a woman with limits, damn it.
Sunken Reef mutters something about city slickers.
I am from the country.
Now I'm just a simple country solar.
I'm just a simple country solar. Yeehaw howdy.
So when you do break the surface, you see that you're a few good miles away from Shampur.
Oh,
Wow, they transported us far.
piece of
Yeah.
shit.
It's gonna take a bit more time to get past it, but Sunken Reef has a few tricks.
Can we call
I think
over?
I have an idea. I have an idea, but I don't know if you guys are gonna say yes to it. It will save us a lot of time and maybe catch the asshole who did this. Lythander, I need you to give me your ring.
What?
Lythander,
I found it.
give them the ring.
Please.
Lythander, this isn't for discussion. Give them the ring.
Although I am
I'm
asking
pretty
us.
sure anything is up for discussion, but, fine. I hand them the ring.
Alright, now you guys all get inside.
Ew. Okay.
Ah.
I hop in the ring.
You go inside?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe we will all voluntarily go inside.
Alright, Lythander, how do you think the ring has changed or adjusted in order to suit everyone? Like, is there like a big musical chair thing in the town square for everyone? Is there a lounge?
It has
Or
become
is
the
it
bar. Like, the bar without any... Like, without it being underwater.
Yeah,
It
what
became
about
the
some
tavern.
Sozens are staffing it now? You just see some freaky 7-foot-tall guys in 7-foot-tall orichalcum armor just staffing the bar and sweeping the floors, being the bodyguards.
Nice. It's built
And-
right on the foot of the War Strider.
Mhm.
Yep. As you guys go inside, you could see, like, at the top of the ring, you could see the exterior of the world, like Mr. President in JoJo's. You see, space twist and warp around you as Reef uses Hurry Home.
Oh.
Now you're back in Shampur.
Time to get out of the ring.
And it's sundown.
Ew.
Okay.
So, fun fact about solars and lunars, because of their celestial powers, solars always know the time of day. Like, to the second, at all times. And lunars know the exact date of the calendar and the cycle of the moon. So, Aura, with a quick glance at the sun, could tell you it's about, maybe 6 o'clock, and the demon summoning would start at midnight.
The Pokemon time is...
So we have 6 hours.
we have 6 hours to defeat the evil.
Oh, shit.
Damnation.
Gee willikers. Alright. So, we gotta start laying down a plan.
It's time to, how is it described again, Aura? It's hoof it, right?
Correct. Skedaddle.
Yes, we need to do that.
That's the way.
That is 3 successes
For 15 dice. That's a failure against Reef.
Oof.
It's good for you guys, because you see a righteous knife in the Sows of the Skies. One of them appears to exit the ring for a moment, and that's about the time when Reef takes the ring off and just kind of looks into it. He does not appear to have noticed the righteous knife apparition. Like, whatever it was, it didn't seem to get out in time, and taking off the ring appears to block the exit out, for it at least.
Okay.
Are you in there still? Well, the time differential means it's like, are you in there still?
I mean, it's been, what, like 8 months we've been in here?
I don't know if he can hear you from in there. He just heard
No, I'm
something
talking
high-pitched
to
going at
everybody.
super
It's
speed.
like... It's been like
Oh.
8 months, hasn't it?
Not quite that long, but long enough.
Because in here, been a couple of months. I thought we were going to run out of food. Good thing all those villagers were here.
It's at this point that Lythander feels a familiar presence behind him as Liza shows up out of nowhere again.
Oh,
Hey, hi,
come
Liza. Hello.
on.
God damn it. God damn it.
Explain.
Explain what?
Gestures to the entire space around her, the space above. The water's trailing off of her shoes and dress. Trailing off of you, the gills.
Oh, you see, this is just a simple trinket that I've created along my travels.
It's also because you're a massive
Yes.
bitch.
No, I'm not a massive bitch.
You're a little...
No, I was talking to Liza.
Oh, thank you. That's very gender affirming.
That's true.
But regardless of that, this is no mere trinket. You and I both know that. I've only... The amount of things that could do this on the Blessed Isle in the Empress's own treasure holds, I could count on one hand. Spaces
Oh, I
within
can as
space
well. It's
magic
on one
is...
finger.
Surprise. You realize this kind of magic is incredibly rare, yes?
I mean, why do you think I always have it
You-
on my finger?
You should probably keep this pretty heavily under wraps. Who knows who's looking for it.
Fair.
That's true. We've already got a couple people eyeing this damn thing over the past few weeks. It's been a real problem.
Now I'm going to guess that economy, did you say his name is the one responsible for
Yeah.
trying to kill us
The
all?
economy.
Yes.
Amongst
Amongst
yes.
other people trying to kill us all, yes.
Specifically the drowning attempt, though.
That person. Well,
That would be me.
yes. An individual by the name of Meon. Devil Summoner.
I have an idea on how to potentially nail this motherfucker to the wall.
Oh yeah, also there's Sozin.
I see.
Did we confirm that? Like, did we remember? Did we
I
like?
know
confirm that?
Sozin is the Nightcast. Everything else you've said is correct. That was just a bit of a hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I have an idea on how to... It just caused a lot of property damage and almost got a lot of people killed. I am going to assist with looking into this. I have an offer for you.
Oh
On
yeah.
how to lure him down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have, through certain meditations and my experiences with the Immaculate Order, gained the ability to edit my own memories.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I could attempt to ingratiate myself to this individual and lure him into a location if I could track him down. And then you, through all of your anathemic horrible powers, could lay onto him and scour him from the face of creation, because this is beyond the pale.
You want to shake on that? And then I give her my hand to be like, that plan sounds sketchy as fuck. I go, care to shake on that? And
You're gonna need you're gonna need social influence to convince her to shake on that.
Oh, I am I?
Yeah. I'm gonna need a presence roll.
Oh, brother. I thought I could just be like, 5 anima. Let's seal a deal. Let's seal an oath, motherfucker.
Go ahead and give me a force plus presence.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
I'll do my best.
Oh, depending on how this goes, I may need to do something I don't want to do right now.
What can I do to get a stunt on this?
Describe the exact words you're saying to draft this out.
no,
Question,
find a
no,
what's
lady.
the weak skill? Because I can use one of my skills to give you
No, lady.
my performance for the roll.
No,
which is
lady.
at 5.
This is a
Forgive-
presence
What's your
roll.
presence?
No, lady. Presence force?
Yes.
What is your
And yeah,
presence?
my presence is 3.
I would like to activate
oh,
my
sakes. All right.
Where is it?
My force is 4, so it's probably still fine.
No, I have it. I'll use it. Like,
Okay.
What?
Gives you an
Yeah,
anima,
it gives
yeah.
me 1, it gives me an anima, and 2, it's... I'm going to
No,
commit
wait.
a mote to use greatness inspiring aura. Wait, no, that's not it, is it? Within short range, you have positive affinity towards them. Exalt may use his performance or presence when making their own inspire actions.
Hey, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Would underling promoting practice technically work on Aura?
I am technically your underling.
What's the exact wording of that charm?
I will give you the exact wording of this, and I think this is what will kill it. Designate one of the Exalt's mortal followers.
Yeah,
Oh.
unfortunately, no.
I'm not mortal.
Or commit. Yeah. Or wait, or could I commit to motes and designate a group?
It only works on mortals, and
Mortal groups.
Darn it,
Damn
the
it.
whole thing.
yeah, sorry.
Alright.
Okay.
Good.
Lythander, what was your plan?
Using Greatness Inspiring Aura to let you use
Okay,
my,
this helps me.
to use my performance.
Which
5.
is? Sick. Alright, that boosts it from... It already boosts it from 7 to 9, which is pretty good. So let me see if I can describe this. So,
I'll allow it.
as she's telling me this plan, I have this look on my face. I'm just giving her this, you know when someone's saying something really, when someone says something that they absolutely, cannot, follow through on in your mind, someone, who is a total, klutz, says they're gonna do something real impressive, or that they have, this big thing about them. You just give them this smirk, oh yeah? I see. Alright, so, I give her this look, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna say that I don't trust you. I will. I'm trying to get on the right foot here, girlfriend. You and I have been through a bit of difficulty in the past. But you and I both seem to have a bit of difficulty into being clear on our terms. So, for the sake of ourselves, for the sake of new beginnings, for the sake of burying the hatchet, and for the sake of getting something real started, what say we go along you and I, me and my crew, despite our feelings, will go along with your plan, provided that you follow through with exactly what you said you would do. How's that sound? How's that sound on a nice firm handshake to seal the deal?
All right, go ahead and add a stunt for the roll.
All right, that seals it. 6.
6 successes.
She is going to spend a mote on Granite Curtain of Serenity.
Did I genuinely just call her out as, oh, she's definitely trying to jump ship?
Well, let's get through the order of operations first. So that's 6 successes. Her resolve is normally 4. So Granite Curtain of Serenity increases that by 2, and she is also citing her minor intimacy of untrustworthiness towards Anathema. So unfortunately, that's not high enough to succeed.
All right. Does anyone have any emergency things here? I think I only need one more to get her on my side.
Hold on. I'm rating one of my charms real quick. No, I don't think that would do what I want it to do. Never mind.
Is there any way to just help?
I will say that this attempt to persuade her to do that fails, but you could try another means of collaborating with a plan for her, but trying to lock her into the memory sealing plan with actual, sealing magic did cause her to back off on that.
Oh.
So you offer this speech, and she looks at your glowing hand. See, the problem with you kinds of people is that once you've sealed it in stone, you can manipulate it as you'd like, is my understanding of the texts.
Actually,
I got no.
You're more stupid than I thought.
Let's see.
Hey.
If we want to do this...
Let's not antagonize her.
Yes, that's quite
how
ableist
about
of you,
this?
she says.
We make into a binding blood contract to where I'll be the person who dies if anything were to be manipulated.
Alright, look. I'm not a trusting person. Generally.
And trust
speaking.
me, Aura over there wants
And
me to survive.
No. Let's... How do I say this? I don't think putting you at risk is the best course of action. And if I am going to be serious about burying the hatchet, I should do it right. No oaths, no magic, just words and
Words
simple
can
talk.
be easily broken.
If I may,
I don't care.
I think I have a solution that would, unfortunately, benefit both parties.
Unfortunate.
So she points to Liza. You're afraid of having words twisted around, devil in the details, that kind of thing, yes?
I'm less afraid of it and more, I've seen entire bodies of religious and historical documents saying that this has happened in the past with this
Oh no,
guy.
that's my kind, my dear.
Well...
You see, the Lunars are assholes.
Well, how about a more...
It's the Solars who are the pious assholes.
You both cause it.
Well, how...
You see, since we're assholes, everyone should love us because everyone has an asshole.
Please ignore...
Oh no, don't
Please
actually.
ignore
I'm
him.
Thank you,
perfect,
Lythander.
as you know.
So, would you prefer to do this in a more traditional way of making sure that we're both not trying to screw each other over?
Go on.
We make a contract with a third party involved. We both look over it, make sure we both get what we want out of this deal. Does that sound reasonable to you?
She's gonna do a quick read intentions on you.
What's it? Oh, that one worked.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness sakes!
I didn't even know what it turned out as.
That is
10 successes.
9 successes.
Damn.
Social bots, everyone!
Oh, indeed.
Let me quickly read through the rules on social interaction and see just what she can eke out of this. Because she might be trying to pull some shit. Influence actions. Okay, yeah, here we are. What's Gavel's resolve?
Gavel's resolve is 3.
Okay, dude.
Okay. So she beats your resolve by 6, so...
Yeah, you don't say.
So she figures out, what your... so she is spending... 3 of those successes to know what your intent... what you actually want out of this. Like, for real.
What Gavel actually wants out of this is to make sure that she's not going to stab the 3 of them in the back, once they nail down Meon. That's her intent.
Okay, another few sets of those are going to be, uncovering one of your intimacies.
Alright.
In that case, this is going to be... I must destroy wicked and corrupt rulers.
Oh, okay.
And she picks up on specifically how much you want this guy done because of all the harm he's caused.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to cause, you know what? Yeah, she's going to cause an instill action.
Oh,
She's going to try and give you a new intimacy.
Oh, yeah. Alright, what intimacy would that be?
Well, first I'll have her do the line.
Alright.
I would be willing to agree to that at least, though. Honestly, I'm surprised you aren't on the warpath already.
We're working on it.
If my understanding of the situation is correct, and I did browse through my copies on the Immaculate Text and did manage to find a little passage on wandering stars or some such. Stars plural. There's more than one of him. You seem like the righteous crusader type who wants to break the shackles of fate and save us from all the heavens' machinations and some such, and I'm not a theological person. I'm not the one you should be angry at. It's them. She is going to attempt to instill you with hatred of the Sidereal exalts in general.
Oh, I thought she was going to try to
All right.
to make a Gavel hate me.
So the Sidereal exalts in general, I guess that would be under justice.
Yes.
All right, and is that a minor or a major?
She can't instill a major in one session because that's fundamentally changing someone's personality. This is more convincing you of some. Honestly, you would probably gain this intimacy naturally anyway. After all, but this is specifically targeted, pointing out, hey, given everything I know about you, you should fucking hate these people with every fiber of your being.
Fuck Sidereal exalts. Yeah. Okay, fuck Sidereal exalts. Is that a tie or a principle?
That is a... It could be either, honestly.
I'll do a tie, just to simplify it.
Okay, so yeah, as she's saying this, you realize, wait a minute, Meon is Slugman. He's been behind a lot of bullshit that's happened since we met up in this cycle. Oh my god, he's our BBEG. Fuck him. Wait, there's more than one of him? Fuck them! So yeah, that's the circumstances of this, is that she has successfully convinced Gavel to, hey, maybe we should deal with the rest of the Sidereals while we have one on the line. Very well, but as we're signing this up, I will need a third party in order... How about this? In order to decide impartiality, we'll have the third party come up with a code phrase to break the self-imposed memory wipe.
That would be preferable.
Anyone you have in mind? Perhaps one of... How about the tournament benefactor?
Who would that be again? My memory's a little hazy.
That would be Sunken Reef, though on further reflection, maybe someone with a bit more pull in this sit. I know, there was this tailor I went to in town.
Oh, him!
It wouldn't so happen to be the same one we went to, did we? What's their name?
I believe his name was Rajeev or some such. He was a wood aspect.
It's Rajeev.
Rajeev. Yes, that would be the same one we went to earlier.
Yeah.
Ah, alright. Is he in the... She looks further... She actually whispers she says something out loud, but you don't hear it. The wind in here physically picks it up and carries her words elsewhere. She uses wind-carried words.
Oh.
Dragonbloods can get codec via embassy.
Cool.
She gets a response, and a few moments later, she seems to get a response. He can't physically come to us right now, but he is willing to assist.
That's fine enough.
Quick scene wipe over towards the illusory bar, where Rajeev's, his tendrils appear to have not agreed well with seawater. He doesn't seem to have grown them well to adapt with that. They're all kind of shriveled, and he is lying in a chair and just very slowly regrowing them by pouring personal essence into them. Essentially, his wheelchair is broken. Or the magical equivalent of such.
Yes.
Well, I suppose I have you to thank for saving our lives. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, this will delay the commission of the dress, although I think it's not going to you anymore. Although I did get another...
No, but we're dealing with that as it comes, but thank you.
Ah, Liza, what is it? I'm going to erase my own memories and I need your help. What? Oh, you're one of those people who opens with the most confusing bullshit possible just to annoy people. Just like him, he says, pointing at Lythander.
What was that?
Nothing.
No, tell me.
Yeah, it was just a bit of it. I was just doing a bit. Anyway.
Were you being a bit to me? That's a bit rude, don't you think? After someone who saved your sorry ass.
Gavel is going to lightly tug on Lythander's hair. As in a, hey, knock it off.
Grabs him by the ahoge.
If you want to see a real snake, then I suggest you stop it.
I grab him by the neck again. I really like doing
Actually,
this. This is my favorite trick.
Brief aside, Rajeev says, like, sitting up for a moment and just kind of stroking his goatee. It's occurred to me that we agreed to keep each other informed on the developments in the city, and I have heard through my channels about the Snake Gang being up to some weird shit lately. You know, all the martial arts gangs and we got going around the past few decades.
Yes, I almost completely forgot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on these days, and my hunch is telling me it's going to get much worse very soon.
You have no idea.
No, it's... So, the Snake Gang has been moving very fast. There's been a few members, or one member, or some such, that has been kind of mass moving around the city, and there are rumors of one of them getting in a duel with Sozin and surviving.
Surviving?
Seem to fight each other to a standstill, from what I was able to hear, and they were doing, like, snake stylists, like, if they're exalted or have enough magical mojo from sorcery or the lesser blessing of a god, their style lets them inflict a damage on the opponent's soul via poison.
Virtue poison.
And attack from farther away than they usually can via, especially if they're exalted, they could punch you with their anima.
That's a trick I could learn.
Perhaps.
That's a trick I should learn.
And when I say from further away than usual, I mean from several city blocks away.
Gavel smirks a bit.
In narrative terms, Snakestone Capstone, if you're powerful enough, can let you do close combat from long range.
What the fuck? What the So you're telling me that it's essentially a Pokemon equivalent of using Focus Blast?
Yes. And it can be comboed with the range combat state that lets you extend to extreme range.
That's hilarious.
From across the city.
Gavel will probably use this technique.
May! Ha! May! I give up. I knew he couldn't do it, but I couldn't.
Unfortunately, the Kamehameha is a solar level sorcery spell called Solar Death Ray.
How appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Jules, when are you gonna, or Aura, when are you going to learn how to fire off a beam to kill me?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm working on it.
Oh, so you're trying to kill me now?
Yeah!
Just as a note, Snake Style recovers investment into athletics.
Yeah! I have 3 athletics.
I don't think Gavel has any athletics. No, she does
You
not.
might have to go through a training arc then.
Yeah, that's fine.
As long as I can use athletics to attack, I'm good.
Yeah, so cards on the table, the subtext is that Meon might know Snake Style.
Cool.
That's a hint as to what maybe he might be able to pull. So, going on from that. So you wanted me to... I've heard about the self-memory edit thing from my mom. She's water. You want me to... What, like design a code phrase? Yeah, something like that. Well, it'll have to be something rare enough you can't trigger it in conversation.
Oh, I think I know just the thing.
Well, let's hear your thoughts.
White Veil.
That's racist.
Isn't that just an urban legend?
Indeed. It's the perfect thing, no?
Might work. Alright, pull out these documents. Let's see what I need to sign.
Well, I actually had a separate idea.
What was your idea, Aura?
Just yell, "You forgot your floaties." No one would ever yell that in normal conversation ever. It's perfect.
As much as I do think that idea is quite entertaining, I do fear that should we happen across the docks at some point and maybe, I don't know, come across some children or some young youths swimming around in the waters. True. I fear that phrase might be uttered by accident.
That's true.
No,
That's
hear me out,
right.
though. Hear me out. What if we just say Paco here? No one knows the name of my chicken.
We're not going to use the name of your chicken. That's why we're also not going to use Hobkins's name either.
What if we use, like, poetry phrases? Rajeev asks. Like, I've heard, like, there was this paper outside my door that some bullshit about maidens or...
No. We are not going to say my final words in the tournament.
I was in the bathroom when that happened, and all of a sudden there was some water. What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, by the way, what the fuck happened? I was enjoying the match 1 second, and then magic. Yes, I know it was clearly magic. Who?
That's exactly who. It was the Grand Magician, Doctor.
Gavel rolls her eyes. It was someone called Meon.
His face scrunches up, and I'm gonna have him make a roll to see if he can overcome arcane fate.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, he does.
7 successes!
Holy shit, it's difficulty 7 to overcome arcane fate. He does it.
Let's go, Rajeev.
You see, mid-conversation, Rajeev's eyes pop wide open and his eyes dilate. You actually start to see his essence flow around him as part of his vine tail starts to grow in a bit more. Someone gave his name as Rajeev when coming in for tailoring. Wait a minute, oh my... He's been in here for years! How do I not remember a customer that frequent?
Well, you see, that's kind of what they do. They edit your memories, make it seem like you never saw them or interacted with them to begin with, using some of their abilities. It's happened to me quite a few times already.
He actually grabs a bar napkin and frantically starts scribbling stuff down with a spare parchment a quill he has on him. No, hang on a second. It's not just that. I've also seen him work as a plumber in the arena, too, and as a gang member, and he's been all over the city. Does he have an actual job?
No.
Is he brainwashing people to make him think he works for them?
Well, he used to have an actual job, you see, he used to work in the Bureau of Destiny.
I don't know what that is. Is that, like, heaven shit?
For the long and short of it is yes, it's heaven stuff. It's making sure everybody gets it's making sure that people get a happy ending. But let's just say this rancid prick decided if he can't be happy, no one can.
Let me guess, he can't control the memory editing.
That I don't know for sure. And to be quite frank, it does not matter to me either way.
From one conversation, like, perhaps it was Gillis's influence or maybe my own cultivation of essence, but I'm getting a lot of... I have a good memory when it comes to customers, and I'm remembering some conversations with him. He was bemoaning all this shit during a fitting about how no one remembers who he is and how he can't find a good partner in romance or friendship or even casual acquaintances, and bitching about how even I would forget about him when he left the store. And I did. Despite trying to write it down and everything, and it just went missing. I'm not saying what he's doing is justified if I'm understanding all the crazy stuff he's doing, and he did try to have me killed, but...
Oh, and you don't even know about some of the other stuff he's been pulling behind the scenes.
Might explain a bit, it could explain a large amount of deal as to why the city is like this, and why people who tried to reform it a couple years back kept turning up dead somehow. Hey, Lythander.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Last piece of the puzzle, Meon's motivation. Really fucking pissed about arcane fate.
Mm-hmm.
I did not assassinate people, right? Right? Yes, no, I did nothing wrong.
Dio did nothing
He
wrong.
actually did not, if you think about it. Dio did everything correctly.
Just for the worst reasons.
The point is that when I design clothing for the Chosen, it's more high class, so I'd like to put my essence signature on it and weave a little detail into the fabric. If he came to my shop that often, he may still have that on his clothes. And you might be able to track him down.
Also, don't we have like 2 hours before the world just explodes?
That depends on the time in game.
We're running on Namek time now, baby.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Lovely. All right.
So I'm gonna take a 5-hour nap.
What's
Cut to the mystery silhouette summoner. This demon will be summoned in 5 minutes.
Oh, goodness.
So anyway, he pulls out a few twigs and leaves from the inside of his tail and weaves it into a sigil that he presents to you, glowing slightly with some green wood essence.
Huh.
Do you have any ways of... Oh, nice dog, by the way. That's the dog.
Oh, yes, my dear Hopkins. Here, put that in front of him. Hopkins! It's time to hunt.
Hopkins roars. It's not a sound a dog should be able to make.
Oh.
This is the first, overt display of actual supernatural, okay, wait, there's something magic up with this dog. Beyond his crazy senses, you see his mouth stretched wider than a dog should be able to go? It goes full Joker smile. Whatever smell this, whatever scent he picked up on, it's activated his priority kill senses.
Yeah, let's go, Hopkins!
Now his eyes are glowing red, too.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a good boy.
Woof, 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 vessel.
Well,
Oh,
that was
goodness.
disturbing. What breed of hound is that?
My kind, shall we say.
Judging from your look, I'd say that's, Lookshine?
If that's what you want to believe, then sure.
Kerberos? Or, Orthrus?
Definitely not Prasadi. They're all sorts of pampered old hounds that are really tiny. He measures the size of what we in the modern world would recognize as a poodle. They all they're really small dogs, but the smaller the dog, the more vicious it is for some reason. Have you noticed that? It's messed up.
The brief image of a poodle Cerberus appears in Aura's mind.
Note to self for later. Future demon to fight.
Cute boy.
Oh,
What a cute boy.
I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable and logical explanation for it, but the important thing is that Hopkins has got the scent, and it's time for Hopkins to hunt.
It's at this point that the kid from way earlier is one of an exact name escapes me, but precocious little kid who got burned reasonably badly in the fight comes up.
Oh, yes.
Hey, boss, is now a good time? Because, I think I heard someone mentioning about a flying ship. I don't know if your dog can fly.
No, unfortunately, Hopkins can't fly. However, is Drew Hugh anywhere by chance?
Nope, Drew Hugh was back on the ship.
That's fine. However, I think we can make something of a substitute for that.
What, have your moon friend give him wings or something?
I wasn't quite thinking at that. Actually, Lythander, could you do that?
That's a good question. Can I do that? Who wants to be my guinea pig?
If you hurt Hopkins, I'm going to break your neck.
Lythander, you've
several
already
times.
given me wings. That's already happened.
You're absolutely right, but I'm trying to think of how it would affect exalted. Because I've never tried it on a non-exalted before yet. So
Well, it's either that or we let Drew try to do some advanced warship tactics, shall we say.
Helicopter.
Yeah, I heard about the big red button. That seems really cool. I hope we get to use it at least once.
I'm sure we will.
Hopkins?
Would
Would you like to be, I don't want to say used, but used for this particular purpose?
Remember what I said, Lythander?
I would like you to roll a presence roll against Hopkins.
I am just asking nicely. If Hopkins says no, Hopkins says no.
Go ahead and give me a roll. Plus whatever attribute you feel is appropriate.
6 successes.
Hopkins probably only has a resolve of 2.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Hopkins
Alright,
has
Hopkins
Essence 5 stats.
I don't think it would go up that far.
Hopkins is secretly a third circle.
Hopkins is a level 3 familiar, or what's it, a 3 check familiar, if I recall correctly, for basing off my sheet here.
Alright, so with that, he licks up some of Lythander's blood from his palms and wings. Any other things?
Heck
Any
yeah.
other things you want to give him secretly?
Red Bull gives you wings.
Are you going to infect my dog
Yes.
with the Las Plagas?
It's so sad your dog
Please
came down
do
with
not.
ligma.
Yeah, I am also going to give Hopkins a secret set of vocal cords.
Okay.
Oh, goodness sakes, this could only go poorly, and once Gavel finds out, she is not going to be happy.
I can always get rid of them.
Can I be
Remember, I
if
am
he ever
like as soon as Hopkins doesn't want them, he can get rid of them.
Hey Rex, quick out of character question. If you ever need Hopkins to talk, can I talk through Hopkins? Can I voice act the dog?
You might want to use a wacky dark demon filter, but yeah.
That's why I need to get, like, my Go XLR voice mod thing working.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I need.
For that and for future content.
Friend of the show and guest on the next episode. Friend of the show and guest on the next episode. Recommended some stuff. We'll have to speak with them.
Yeah, they recommended me some stuff too. I just forgot. I don't remember how to use it. But yeah,
So,
flying dog. Pretty
okay,
sick.
with that taken care of, that's going to be a good asset for the next portion of this. Is going to be. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Finding out which BBEG you want to track down first.
Hold on. Secretly has vocal.
You guys made a bunch of good plans last time, and since the tournament was canceled, that might interfere with Sozin's plans to bust up the tournament closing ceremony. Is on hold.
Mm-hmm.
Is on hold until the multiple apocalypses coming this way are resolved.
The polyapocalypse eye.
We seem to have a pretty solid plan to keep the demon summoning busy for the meantime. So I suggest we go after the army of jellyfish that we have been ignoring.
Oh, I mean, it'll give us a good excuse to use the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, I can work with that.
Considering we also, or at the very least, we have informed Ten Penmeshu of 100 Venom Stingers plan.
All right, let me go open up the war section of the rules again. It's been a bit since we toyed with that.
Yes, Gavel's best stat. Well, actually, no, her best stat is presence.
Go to
and
war, my
sagacity
Gavel.
and close
Go to
combat.
war.
I fucking love war.
I love war, Charlie. I love war. Pim,
The next time I get a what in the world do they call a milestone to up one of my abilities, I should probably either put that into war or something else. Probably gonna be war.
Okay, now I have to ask on war. the whole of the Daytime tribe, unlike last time, aren't quite at your discretion. This is more a
elite squadron.
Yeah.
Black Ops.
Yeah, size
team
1 or
sort of
2,
deal.
maybe.
Yep.
Fighting a size 5 army.
Indeed.
This is a Spartans versus Thermopylae situation here.
Indeed. Is Tenmeshu, like, not gonna give us any support on this?
That's the first step of the war venture.
Thank goodness.
Alright, so first step of this is go ahead and Gavel. I would like either a war or a performance roll to grab Tenmeshu by the lapels and demand reinforcements.
Alright, well, I'm gonna first spend a mote for
so
excellency.
my performance.
I'm going to use my excellency for war.
Okay.
And do you want a specific attribute for that, or just dealer's choice?
Force.
Force. Yes, that works out just fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
3 successes.
Ouch! 3 successes.
So I don't think this means the war step fails. This just means that there is a complication.
That's fine.
Let's see.
Considering Tenpen Meshu is very mad at Gavel due to stuff she did in a past life, I would imagine that would cause some issues.
Oh, I know the perfect consequence for this.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Oh, God, yes, you've given me a golden goose.
I love it when that happens. I love giving the DM ideas.
It doesn't seem to come from Tenpemeshu herself, though, because you do send off a prayer, and then a few minutes later you're approached by a very haggard priest. Just received a report for someone of the Daytime tribe that the city guard is to be at your disposal for the next foreseeable hours, given points to the horizon. There are dots there that look kind of jellyfish-esque.
The town's guard. I mean, good enough,
He says finger quotes with town's guard. What he means is gang coalitions.
Oh, you know what? I think I trust them more. That's fine.
Next feature, let me scroll into exactly how this works under his character archetype feature. Sidereal's casts. Weaving Destiny. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna need difficulty 5 force or fortitude integrity rolls from everyone.
Uh-oh. Well, out of force versus fortitude, force is the better one, so let's go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bop.
On.
Botcharama, baby.
Nope, there's no 1. It's not a botch. Just a failure.
God damn it.
Okay.
So, what are we rolling again? Force.
Fortitude integrity.
Peg. Do I?
God damn it all.
I don't have a lot
Fuck.
of integrity. Integrity.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
I have 0 integrity. Okay.
I only have
Fortitude,
1
you said?
integrity. That would have.
That was with an
Yeah.
that was with an excellency too.
Oh man.
Yay, we all
So
fail.
So none of you notice him, but for the audience's benefit, I will tell you Meon himself is included in these enforcements.
Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
damn it all.
That is the consequence of the action, is that he infiltrated.
That is fine. All right, this is gonna go over swimmingly. Badoom.
So even though Gavel remembers what he looks like because of her immunity to arcane fate, he's using something else in the Sidereal toolkit called a resplendent destiny. And what that is it is a magical cover identity themed around a celestial archetype. In this case, he's probably forming himself off on the captain's wheel, disguising himself as a simple sailor.
Oh, okay.
For a moment, you think you see someone that looks like him, but no, he wouldn't be that dirty. He seemed like a stuffy celestial type, and he's wearing a completely different hat, and he has a different haircut. That can't be him. Definitely not. That's what you think.
Indeed.
He's a sailor and he's
Weird.
okay. He works all night and he plays all day.
Please excuse me. Nice
You know
ship.
what? Meon would totally not go for a lesser disguise.
You know of him, no.
Yes.
Narrator's voice, he did, but Gavel doesn't realize this.
Gavel does not realize this.
Yeah, it's like literally Kira and Josuke walking past each other a moment right here.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a lot of dice to roll, too.
Yeah, unfortunately you just didn't roll high enough, but it'll make things interesting because he's not attacking.
No, he's not. That's the important thing.
Is that the important thing?
He's also
Yes,
he's also using stealth charms to conceal his anima, which would normally be going pretty high right now.
Oh man, just like Gavel's is right now.
How the hell did we figure this out?
We don't. We worry about it later.
They are.
Okay, what do we worry about now?
How to eat a bagel.
The next part of the war effort
How to
against
eat a
100
bagel.
Venom Stinger.
Alright, everyone. Battle stations!
Alright.
Right, Rex, what is the next step?
One moment, I am reading through charms to see if what I think could happen can happen.
Okay.
That's under war, I believe, so depending on...
I love war!
Okay, yeah, that's not quite happening, but I have potential different plans in exchange of that. So, the next step is going to be maneuvering the ships into position, because Shapur is mostly a trade city, and a lot of the combat and conflict happens on the docks. A lot of their ships don't really have too much in the way of armaments. They have good defenses and thick wooden plating. Some ironwood imported from further east is playing the role of the harder to penetrate powers here, but you're going to need to find some ways to get the ships ready. This is requiring a navigate roll in order to outfit and make sure and drill the troops in time. Either war or navigate.
Okay,
It will always
so
be war.
I'm going to go ahead and act...
For me, at
I'm
least.
going to go ahead and... do you have... How much is your war?
It is...
Does anyone on the ship have a navigate higher than 3? Because I can let them use my excellency if they want.
Let's see. Trying to think. I have,
So, as a quick note before this is rolled, Meon is going to trigger the quality of high profile. The consequences for harming or otherwise wronging this character are harder to duck. Up to 4 times per story, the offender faces a unexpected mundane complication, a 1-die penalty to a merit or specific type of influence. So essentially, he is pulling some strings in the background to fuck with you guys. So whatever the next roll is, we'll take a 1-die penalty.
Okay, so we better pull in the hard ones. Yeah, I think you should go for war. If no one else has higher navigate.
An additional thing on top of that is Mia. For the first step in this roll, 100 Venom Stinger is not going to be making rolls. They're too far away for that to happen. Instead, Meon will be doing another fuck with you roll.
Oh wait,
Lovely.
you don't have a war excellency, do you?
No, I
okay,
do.
never mind. You can go ahead.
Right, I will commit 1 mote for an excellency in war.
Hey, Gavel, what's
And
your
what is
resolve?
Meon? My resolve is still 3.
Okay, I believe players win ties.
Let's see. So I will commit a mote. Goodness, Gavel's anima is going off the charts right now.
What you at?
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anima.
You hit the speed where once you get into combat, you'll be regenerating motes like crazy, thanks to the other infernal advantage.
Thank
Nice.
goodness. Let's see. So, excellent. Gonna use excellency for war. And then, do you want a specific attribute for that?
In regards to Let's say that this is finesse.
Finesse.
With a 1 die penalty, thanks to high profile.
Yep. As in, like, just -1
Yes.
dice to whatever it adds up to? Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, -1, 12, 10. 8 successes.
This was wildly successful, but there is a hiccup early on that takes a bit to resolve. When you're approaching people, like, you are demanding assistance from all sorts of folk, like, canvassing the streets, sort of like Lady Godiva running through the streets, asking for everyone's weapons to staple onto the bolts, and going to all these merchant shops to get everything you need. It takes a bit to come. It takes, like, a full hour of preparation, which is a shitload of time that you need. And the issue with this is that people seem to have difficulty recognizing your requests for help. More specifically, when you say that you need help, when you mention your name, what's your name again?
Oh my goodness.
It takes you a bit to remember your name. You do eventually, Gavel, but people seem to have difficulty recognizing you, including your own men.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
It does, but because you succeeded at this, and because your anima is going crazy, the magic does not fully take hold, that it just leads everyone getting a mass Korak-esque spew of forgetfulness.
Hey.
That was mean of me, I apologize.
It was fair.
So
Either
so
way.
even your own troops, like, go, who are you? Are you? I think you're supposed to be here, but it starts with a G. Gorval or something is your name?
I'm going to... Never mind. It's Gavel.
Why is this?
Yeah, you quickly realize someone attempted to use mind-affecting magic on you again.
Yeah.
Because one person forgetting your name, understandable, annoying, but it happens. Your own troops forgetting your name, okay, that's not supposed to happen. Someone tried to do more memory fuckery.
Fucking hell shit. Again with this nonsense.
So now you have successfully outfitted the ships, and Meon just kind of sneers in the background where no one can see him, and he continues to go with some other schemes.
Mm-hmm.
Frightening things are afoot.
I have the perfect way to resolve this, assuming that things go as planned. Anyway. All right.
Depending on if things
Yeah,
go as
this is the
planned.
prepare for the war venture, by the way. The war is constantly going to be happening in the background the rest of this arc. This war is just to prepare the city for it.
Rats.
Nick, what's up?
I said rats.
Rats off.
Oh, I thought
to
you said Rex.
No, I
Oh,
said
no,
I said
not
the
quite.
rats.
I should note, for context, Meon is also using another mote for walking outside fate. Loosening her own strand from the loom of fate, the Sidereal steps halfway out of creation's boundaries. Characters with essence equal or lower than the Sidereal cannot detect her presence. Non-trivial characters can attempt a difficulty 5 fortitude plus integrity or awareness roll, but even then they cannot make out the Sidereal's exact identity and suffer a 2 die penalty on rolls to attack or tractor.
Oh, goodness.
This is what he's using. He's only half existing right now. Because the second his charm fails, like, oh no, she might be onto me, he immediately hit yet another one of his fucking panic buttons. This is a very paranoid man.
You're trying to trick me.
Like a Souls boss.
Do
Yeah,
we-
you try to trick me.
Do we
That's
roll?
up 15 times.
Do we roll the thing now?
I mean, you already rolled and failed against it. This is just me explaining what he did.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
You might have another chance to roll again before things really get bad, though.
Okay.
Alright, next step of the venture after this is done is to make sure that your guys are all drilled in what they need to do. This is going to be a navigate roll from Aura.
Forced navigate,
I was
alright.
about to say, Aura,
Fair-
Aura gets to headline this.
Fair
one.
enough. Navigate force, I guess. So we're rolling 10s on this one. Let's see here. How can I spin this? So again, sorry, Rex. What did you say the roll was for specifically?
Now, in order to make sure that Aura's men are drilled enough in your new ship, I believe it was named Yadana something.
Yeah, the
Yadanavan.
Yeah.
Make sure that they're drilled enough to operate the absolute basics of when you sail into combat
Although
as against the flagship.
Although I guess I can't really lead an action, and they would more or less be Gavel's men. It
would also violate your intimacy of I'm not a leader.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So I'm not going to be drilling them directly. Instead, I'm just going to be working as a sort of vizier to Gavel's directions. As in,
you know what's really funny about this? All solars have like sobriquets that go with them. Solars are lawgivers. Lunars are wardens. Guess what the Sidereal sobriquet is? Vizier.
Hey.
Oh man.
Oh no.
All right, so yeah.
How many times do Sidereals end up being used as the villains of the campaign, Rex?
In Exalted in general, or in my campaign? Because I only have plans
in Exalted in general.
Frequently.
Oh my goodness sakes!
In my campaign, I only have plans for 3.5. Anyway.
Okay. And a half. Fine.
Actually, 4. There's 2
Prince
halves.
Oliver is he, but he's a pauper. Okay.
Although, to be honest, they kind of are the most frequent antagonist type I have planned, but not the most powerful.
Excellent.
That's funny.
Alright, so
anyway,
go ahead and give me that roll for essentially like a jazzercise class of trying to teach these guys how to pilot and war and crew a ship.
Again, no, I'm giving the info to Gavel. I'm just sort of pointing things out. Being like, alright, this is supposed to do this is supposed to do that. We're working on a tight schedule here. We're going to want to make sure that these guys are working fast, but not tight. Keep the rows coming. The rows gotta be rhythmical, but not all at once. You're gonna want to put in. But you want to do it slowly. Do it very much like on. Don't let the water push you. You're pushing the water. Keep to the rhythm of the waves. That's
all
how.
Right, go ahead and give a stunt with an excellent description of.
Hey!
Oh my goodness! 8 successes.
Let me go back up to Ventures, because that was just a difficulty 3 roll. Let me see what kind of bonuses you'll get from that, because that's a crazy high thing to go with. Types of Ventures. Common Ventures. This would be lead organization.
Mm-hmm. Well, not lead, but yeah.
I am going to go with accomplish an additional minor task as part of this venture. So, in addition to the drills and all of this happening,
although I guess
hey Gavel, do you think that there is
a
tutelary god for the Deidai in general?
A tutelary god?
A lot of nomadic peoples and tribes, like in the real world and in Exalted, have, of course, every major people and every major place in the world has religion. Specifically in the context of Exalted, most big settlements or tribes or groups or families of people have a dedicated god.
Are you asking me to make one up right now?
I'm asking if you have one or if you killed them.
I probably would have kept one around, A, for morality, and B, only if they served my interest.
Okay, in which case you probably are on nowhere near close to speaking terms with them, given connection with the Yozi.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In which case you have not spoken with the Deidai priest for quite a while.
Indeed. I've been letting them be.
Which is when they come up to you, or not directly, because they still kind of don't like you. It's, Dark-Eyed Stargazer, the immortal sorcerer, approaches.
Hold on. Let me write that name down.
Yeah,
Dark-Eyed Stargazer.
The only other person with capital S sorcery, and he's immortal, but he's reasonably good at it. Hey, Gavel.
Oh, it's you.
Right. I just received a communique from our god.
Yeah. Oh,
Or
how
rather,
are they doing, by the
your
way?
people's god. We have our own, but there's a Sidereal in the area. And even saying is like those exact words, I'm not 100% sure what that means. It's something new with stars, but when I say in the area, I mean somewhere in this group.
As in what? Like on this ship or in this general area?
In the fleet you're currently ramshackling together.
Fucking shit. Alright.
And from the context, it sounds like they're aware of this, and they're probably going to try and pull some bullshit.
I've been noticing some of it. Lovely. Alright.
Is that why everyone seemed to forget who the leader of the tribe was?
That is exactly correct.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only that seemed to bypass me because of some of my own... Like, he points down to some knots he has tied around his waist, a lot of information keeping. Like, these started to spontaneously unravel, like they were trying to self-erase information. It's a good sign that's not supposed to happen. My keep you are better knit than this.
I'll be honest, one of the very few reasons I'm glad I keep you around.
Rolls his eyes. Additional note is that I don't have any combat sorceries, but I understand your moon friend might, so we might want to use him as artillery. Which leads to an idea I have for Lythander, if he can't think of any other war contributions. You want to be the ship artillery?
Lythander has made 1,000 Molotov cocktails.
Didn't know you knew Flight of the Brilliant Raptor. Oh, right, from your beer. From your Infa jug.
The Infa jug.
Yeah.
The chug jug, if you will.
Alright. Stargazer comes up to you. Hey, could you use the butterfly? Oh, yes. Well, I guess that works too.
What is it?
Well,
we need you to be artillery.
Okay. I have these... do you have any fire? Because these become very volatile next to fire.
I think
Stargazer reaches and pulls out a mundane flame piece.
That works.
So do all the rest of everyone on the ship. Everyone is now armed with a gun.
Oh, okay. Yes, no, that makes sense.
Let's go!
In other parts of creation, this would be much rarer or more expensive to do. Dirt cheap in the south.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
It's like that one Aladdin thing. He has a gun! You idiots! We all have guns!
But, yes, okay, good. Also, what was about artillery,
the obsidian butterfly blast. I was thinking that, but in hindsight, this might be better for ships because I don't know how well the butterflies can cut through ironwood.
They cut through anything.
Oh, unless it's a magic material. My understanding is that's notoriously unreliable against those.
Well, if anything, I could just use a well, no. I'd have to be close range to do that. Yeah, no, understandable.
Have Stargazer make another roll.
Oh boy.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there was another note I had in the little not notebook he was keeping, based off of some real-life practice people use it instead of writing information, not information. It's completely unraveled itself. Like, as you were watching, like, it's like something spontaneously picked it up and ripped it apart. What the fuck?
Gavel's gonna do a quick look around.
Give me a finesse plus awareness roll.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So will Stargazer.
2 successes. Thank goodness Stargazer at least got a better roll.
So most sorcerers, most mortals can't use the equivalent of spirit cutting glance, but because of his sorceress initiation, he does have some ability to see the spirit world. Gavel, by your feet.
What is by Gavel's foot?
Turn on spirit cutting glance, and you'll see. There's just a little, like, what looks like a miniature, a potted plant with legs, like the equivalent of a piranha plant, but instead of a flower, it seems to be like made of hemp.
I thought you would turn him into a rat.
It is pointing and physically using its influence over hemp leaves to unweave the information and destroy his notebook, essentially.
Oh, Gavel's gonna crush it.
Alright, go ahead and give me a Force plus close combat roll. And let me know if you want to use Spirit Slaying stance.
Let's see. Actually, I may use that. Yeah, you know what? I'll commit a mote for Spirit Slaying stance. Why not?
Okay.
And then let me roll Force plus close combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 9. 10. 4 successes.
Alright, it's only defense 3, so you managed to squish it. It's a trivial enemy. But the fact that it was there... So, for a brief moment as you squish it, you notice the sign of Venus grown into this thing's petals.
Again with the damn Venus.
Alright, so you squish it, and... So, somewhere far away on one of the other boats, Meon starts swirling up a storm because you murdered his secretary.
Oh no!
Does Lythander notice this?
He is many range bands away.
You just hear it from the.
You don't notice Meon, but you do probably notice the secretary getting murdered.
You just hear it from several hundred miles away. Like,
wait, can I do I see the secretary getting murdered?
Yes.
No! Time! Why did you kill another one of my friends, Gavel? Why?
They're not your
Wait a second.
friends.
Wait, I see Dime, and I see... Wait, no, the other one got killed. The other three got killed, didn't they?
I know they got turned into a tree.
Oh yes, all of them did, didn't they? Nickel got murdered.
Yeah,
Dime is still around. The tongue got stepped on.
The tongue one got
How
eviscerated.
dare you still?
Well, no, I plucked out its
How
tongue
dare
spine.
you still? Already. Huh. I wonder who had this little fellow. Is there any way that I can, track what caused this little guy?
there is mystery.
I can go ahead and give you a navigator awareness roll.
Let's see. My awareness is a 3. I don't know how, because of who I am as a person, apparently, in these sessions.
Hey, Korak, would you like to use my my excellency?
Why, howdy doody. I absolutely will.
All right. Here you go.
9.
9 successes. Let's go.
Holy shit, that beats his disguise. Although I don't know if you've physically seen so you can see him, but I actually don't know if you've physically seen what he looks like. Yeah,
you'll know once you see
I will
him,
know
but
that
I think
I will also know that he is messing with us.
Yes. You'll know that he's somewhere, but you don't know the exact location.
Also, one quick question. How much anima does it take
10.
for someone to go iconic again? 10? Okay, I'm not quite there yet.
You might want to keep that in mind for next session, because I believe your iconic... Read out your iconic effect for the audience. It might come in handy.
Alright, the anima effect for one Miss Gavel. No gods, no masters. The Ascendant defies divine hegemony. She desecrates the ground around her to medium range, creating an environmental hazard that deals 2 damage per round until her anima falls below 6. While her anima is iconic, her attacks deal aggravated damage to agents of heaven, including gods loyally serving Yushan.
And Sidereal.
Sidereal agents, and so on.
You become a walking nuclear hazard.
Yes.
Nuclear, because that's what Ligier's fire is.
Indeed. But no, my anima is at 6 at the moment.
Yeah, so there is a big green light coalescing around the flagship, and what are your other guys' animas at, out of curiosity?
Let's see, how do animas lower?
Over time, or spending it on charms.
So, I casted putting gills on people 3 times, or 4, putting me at 4 anima there.
You also gave Hopkins wings.
So that's 5. I've used 2 excellencies, so I'm at 7. And I'm just trying to...
You might be... It's been an hour since then, so you might be running a little dry on motes.
Yeah.
Let's say that you have 1 to work with right now, but combat will help speed that up.
Speaking of modes, Rex, I actually had a very important question.
Yeah?
So, we've established that I can activate excellencies without paying the mode cost, right?
Yes.
Considering I've been using excellencies like basically every other role, does activating an excellency without paying the mode cost still give me the anima?
It does not.
I was
Okay,
gonna say,
thank goodness.
if it did, that'd be overpowered.
It is a little cracked, yes.
Psychotic.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Okay, so that's the cost of it. In that case, I would guess I would only be at like 2 or I would be at like 3 or 4 anima due to using
Okay,
fire, and then waves and rivers ranging, Sun King Radiance, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, those 2, a bunch of things.
You called.
You know he's here somewhere close-ish by, like, probably within extreme range of you, I would say, in terms of range bands. He might be able to hear you if you yell something or a combat threat at him, if you want to say anything to this fucker.
A smelly smell. That smells like smells.
Smelly.
Hey, I forget, what is Neon? He's a Sidereal, right? Sidereal.
Sidereal, yeah.
What is his mark
Sidereal.
again?
Venus. Serenity.
So it's not one that I want to kill. Yet.
Oh no, this is the one who's fucked you
Oh,
up in the
this
past.
is the one. I know you're here, you piece of scum! When I see you, I'm going to carve you up with this shovel. So come here already!
You actually do hear a response. It is not clear from where, because what happens is that as you're walking, you suddenly bump into... Like, you have pockets of some kind, I'm assuming, right?
There's
a letter in there that wasn't there before.
They're skin pockets.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, there's something in your skin pocket that wasn't there before.
I mean, you have... Don't worry, I made sure to include pockets in your new token.
I
In
take
your
it out
clothes.
of my flesh.
In your cloak.
Let me quickly see if there's anything he may have used based on his information, based on writing you a letter.
I think the only one that doesn't have pockets is probably Gavel. I don't know if those uniforms have pockets.
They would.
Oh, okay, that's only useful in groups. So this is just a little combat taunt. It's just a little letter that says, "I've beat you before, I'll beat you again."
Wow.
Bitch.
Thanks for the letter, you dumbass. I'm going to track him down with my nose.
So, by the way, I wanted to ask. This actually brings up a good question.
Okay.
That the thought crosses Aura's mind. Is this guy disguised as one of the crewmates?
Oh, please, no. Please, come on, no.
It's possible.
Please,
Nah,
come
just asking.
on.
I will say walking outside Fate means there is a -2 penalty on all rolls to track this guy while it's active.
That's fine.
What did you think I was gonna do? Out of curiosity.
Make an Among Us joke
Again.
Why would you do
again.
that? What are you?
I was gonna make a funny response, but never mind. It's fine.
Yeah, I was just gonna be like, okay. I was just gonna be like, okay. Have everybody write down something, like all the crewmates write, to see if the handwriting is the same.
Oh goodness.
Do you want to go do that?
No, I don't think I will. That sounds sounds way too easy to just not work. Like, if the guy got caught by such a stupid idea, that would be really fun. That would be really stupid.
That would be hilarious.
He's an asshole. He's not stupid.
True.
Mm-hmm.
He's a monstrous human being, but he's not incompetent, rather.
True.
Unfortunately, so.
Okay, I do have one final adventure planned. Who is the first to look in the water?
I am. I'm not
Just
doing anything
okay.
right now.
Hey, Sky Sundering
Probably
Shadow
not
is there.
Hello. I wave at her.
She does not appear. She only appears to be in the reflection of the water. She does wave back, though.
Aw.
And it is constantly being distorted and trussed up by the waves. It looks kind of disturbing, even more than she
waved
usually
back.
does.
Oh,
I'm told that you're going to war.
Yeah, we were thinking about it. Doing some prep right now. It's going okay. We might have a rat in the ship, though. It's kind of weird. We're working
When
on
you
it.
say rat in the ship, I understand there's many rats in the city. You might want to be more specific.
There's a nasty little Sidereal who shouldn't be here. Disguised as
Yes,
somebody.
that's their thing.
Yeah. So how you doing? How you been?
All things considered, quite well. There's been a significant rash of deaths in the city, which has given me quite a bit to work with. Though I only recently got here myself, and am admittedly not here in person. I'm using necromancy to project my spirit.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the bottom of that too. Yeah, we planted a potato in one of the rooms to keep watch, see if anything shakes out. It's going pretty good.
Brief glimmer of confusion before she regains her composure.
Confusion.
Don't worry about it. It's complicated.
I have a proposal for you.
I'm all ears.
When we first met this cycle, we made an offer to assist each other with some of the more annoying vermin plaguing the Dreaming Sea. I think it might be about time for us to make good on that. It will be as such. I have a contact in the area, another chosen, who would be able to assist you in some of the coming troubles. Points at the jellyfish legion in the ocean.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
I could convince them, call in a favor they owe me, to aid and assistance. All I request is the souls of the fallen.
Tempting. Well done. So, I don't know how necessary this is, because it's already like, I think I don't need to be a fucking rocket scientist to figure, I don't need to be a psychiatrist to figure her out, what her intentions are. But how effective would a read intentions roll be at this point in time? Because I don't think I've done that many of these.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I will say, The Soul Steel Mask boosts her resolve over what it normally is for characters. It's a base resolve of 5. But you could give it a shot, especially if you try stunting it out.
How confident am I? So she said this cycle. So I'm assuming
Yes.
this was on the ship, right?
What do you mean?
This promise that we made, was this on?
Yeah, it was back on the ship.
Yeah, we have this on recording. All
back
right.
in the underworld.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just thinking here. Because we did promise not to interfere with each other in any meaningful way.
And you did promise to assist each other with targeting some of the real problem assholes.
Although it would benefit me to know exactly who gains what from this. Sure. I upped my integrity since then. Let's give it a go. We're looking at integrity plus what exactly?
Integrity plus finesse.
Okay. I'm gonna excellency that. Get myself that nice little 8. 11d10. Let me see if I can stunt this. What can I do here? Well, I will say, it's mighty kind of you to hop on by and give yourself, and, take the steps for support. And first, and I understand your need for secrecy and all. Nobody, there's no real need to make this such an open-ended agreement that as to involve anybody else. We can handle ourselves, I'd say. But one of the principles for when making a deal is transparency. There's a lot of people in this world, and everybody wants something. Now, we gotta helping each other out. That's all fine and dandy. I'm all for that. But it would help me. It would help me to know what exactly it is that you seek to gain from the recent influx of souls. Considering
Alright, go ahead and add a stunt.
We've had to deal with something like we've currently got one of the consequences of something like this hiding in the basement, so to speak.
I heard about that, and if you're interested in selling it, I have quite the amount of favors I can offer.
Don't worry about that.
What kind of favors?
We're still figuring out
Wink, wink.
something about that.
Lythander teleports in.
Hey, look at that!
Holy shit!
Oh my goodness, that is 9
1,
successes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
So, that beats her resolve, and I could give you a... Let me scroll back up to social influence to say what the bonus overflow 4 successes might be able to get you.
Also, don't solars technically get the 10 effect on 9s, or am I
That's a misremembering. Solars get enough crazy shit already.
Then who got the... Oh, wait, no, I think
okay,
that's
fair.
a feat, or not a feat, but a thing he can proc to do that in combat?
It is, I think it's some kind of ability you could
I
proc.
think that's only available in combat,
Okay.
though.
Perhaps?
I do know
Okay.
that 9s were doubled for something. I forget what, though.
Okay, yeah, there are a few abilities that double 9s. So,
If you want to be my lover, you got to hang with my friends.
So how this works out in terms of pinning down what she wants about this is that you realize quickly she's not exactly lying. She is legitimately interested in collecting the souls of the undead that fall, of the dead that fall in this, but she lets slip something else. She mentioned, like, while she's discussing what she wants out of this and why she's collecting the souls of the dead, she mentions Oh yes, it's going to be quite the bloodbath coming up here. Shadowland might form, and the Neverborn might be... Yes, there's going to be a lot of dead people. So what you pick up on that is, hey, remember the one member of the Circles that's not around yet?
They're gonna be born.
Oh no!
You have the sneaking suspicion that Abyssals, like the circumstances of who picks who in terms of divine sponsors, like the sun picked you when you did something super heroic by making an impossible deal that should not have gone through. Maybe Abyssals are chosen from or related to the consequence of dying itself. It is possible that through whatever means she's divinated, the Dawn might be incarnating at some point soon. The combat monster of the group. As an Abyssal.
Mm-hmm.
So what she actually wants out of this is to find the Dusk if he shows up, and take him, her, them under her wing. She wants a new pupil.
I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, but that's definitely going to bite us in the ass later.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So here's the deal. I want shared custody. I've been looking for a new pupil myself, personally. And this seems like a pretty good opportunity. Somebody with a much different perspective, background, and who doesn't necessarily relate to me on the same way, but who can have many shared experiences, which is something I value. That's my condition. I want shared custody of whoever it is you're waiting for. Let's see. Let me check my calendar. How do days of the week work in Exalted?
7 days of the week.
All right, so you get them. We both get them 3 days a week, and then each separate week, like on even weeks, you get them on the middle day, and on odd weeks, I get them on the middle day. How's that sound?
Are the rest of you guys present for this?
No, Gavel's definitely not.
Oh, and I did, before I forget, of course. We can't lie to each other. We can't lie to him about anything. Total transparency.
And when you say total I wasn't planning on doing much lying to him anyway. And let me go quickly run over her intimacies to quickly see how this would go.
That's just a way for me to say, like, we can't badmouth each other to him, to the guy, and we can't hide things from him.
I believe that would... What's up?
Oh, no, I was just going to say trying to get the pupil to side with one teacher over the other sort of deal.
I want to make sure that by the end of whatever the hell kind of journey they go through, they decide on their own path.
That sounds reasonable to me. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to making the promise along these lines. And I will say that there's 4 overflow successes, so there's a few things you could potentially do. Persuade. You can persuade her to do something with 2 successes. You could also find more of her intimacies out, or you can set up a future social action, too. You might be able to instill an intimacy, too, with 1 success based on existing influence.
I'm kind of trying to think.
Hang on a second. This was based off of read intentions, so you can't really do too much social influence engravement. It's just finding additional information.
All right, so
it's on other roles you could add the bennies for social influence on.
Okay.
So let me know what else you would like to know about her.
Well, where do I start? So, we already know what she wanted to do with our weapons back on the first few sessions, right?
Mm-hmm. And she was able to abscond with the Dons.
Right. What does she need a pupil for?
To pupillate.
Okay, I'll go ahead and reveal that too. This comes up when you're negotiating out this new contract, and she shifts her soldiers. Well, I suppose I can explain. I need muscle. They'll be based off the Dawn, after all, and
True.
You've seen what they could do. You saw that skeleton back in the underworld.
I recall,
There are
yes.
certain resources I need access to that are hotly contested, shall we say.
Right. Need a bruiser.
I am not confident I can handle that all on my own. Having a second pair of hands would be ever so helpful.
That makes sense. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Out of character, would anyone like to weigh in as to what?
Yeah, let's say that you can walk in onto this as this is happening
well,
if you'd like.
Well, no, let's not like. I feel like it would make more sense for this to be like a weird private conversation. But out of character, it would be good to like give me an idea of what to ask.
Also,
I don't
out of character, she's setting up next episode's guest star.
Hey!
Okay, cool. I can't wait for Redacted to join in to Redact all over Redact.
So I'm trying to remember because it's been a while. What do we know about SSD?
This is Triple S.
Sky
she wants to.
Shadow.
Her goal is. Yeah, her goal is to. You know, her major ambition virtue is to create a new world.
Yes.
And you know that she is not on the best terms with her Deathlord Liege, Final Glimmer of Fallen Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly a name. I always forget about that one. Final Glimmer.
And we already know what kind of new world she wants to create, right?
No, you don't.
Hey, how about we find that out if we can, or at least get
an
some
inkling.
sort of
Hey, do you want to give me a villain monologue?
Hey, would you like to give me a villain monologue? So let me word this as
that
a
was me
as
rubbing
a
my
character.
hands together in excitement.
Let me word this like so it sounds a bit more in character. You know, you and I have talked to each other an awful lot more than I would expect. There's been a lot of and you know, there's a lot of rumblings of making a new world order, big change. Although one thing doesn't quite strike. One thing that I'm not quite understood on. What kind of new world exactly does somebody of your history, of your relation, wish to create? What kind of, what's the mark you want to leave on reality, so to speak?
It's funny you mention leaving a mark on reality. I don't plan on using much of creation. Beyond the very base schematics of construction, you see, you and I both know that this world is full of shit.
I can't deny
there
that.
Are so many there are more problems than there are grains of sand on the beach.
Hi, I'm Problems.
And these problems were built in it from its construction. The human dependency on gods for them to do anything, everything that the enemies of the gods did to and abuse humanity, and even those incarnate upstairs, futzing about and making mistakes and being imperfect, no matter how perfect Saul claims he is. We've had a trial run at creation. Why don't I give us a creation too? When I said I wanted to create a new world, I was being literal.
Well, yeah, but what kind? Well, I guess I can surmise what kind.
Did you know I'm immortal?
Well, I could surmise, yeah.
No, let me...
I'm just gonna add that in the
No,
notes.
let me explain. Not in the sense that I can't be killed, but in the sense that I don't have a lifespan issue. I have the benefit of so much time to work this out. Every kink in the ointment, every single plan to make this world... Well, I don't know if perfection is achieved, but I can get close. No, unfortunately, you have only a few thousand years from what I remember from our time in the First Age, so...
That's true.
Let's hope you can do what you can on your end of the bargain.
So, I guess that makes sense. Someone of your caliber has maybe seen the failures of gods and mortality time and time again, ad nauseum repeat, wondering when it is that the cycle would break. New pretenders to the throne of revolution, new injustices, new tragedies. Each time reminiscent of the last ones, each time an echo of an age lost. I imagine, at least, I don't want to assume, and I don't want to make myself out to be someone who understands what you mean in a physical, philosophical sense. But through the impression, it does seem like something that would generate this irate feeling of desiring to break away from the chain, from the wheel that turns endlessly.
To see we have some understanding. And for what it's worth, if we do come to blows, I don't expect it to be for several centuries, so you can get all your ducks in a row and we can deal with the immediate threats of that mind-controlling bastard from underground and whatever else is going on around here, and then we could talk shop about how we want to remake the world.
Well,
or rather, make a new one. I don't want to touch this one with a 10-foot pole.
Well, I will say, I don't quite share your desire to remake the world. I've dealt with my share of revolution and significant change over time. It's not something that necessarily lasts, and that kind of thing can become awful disencouraging. But I hope that by the end of our conversations, maybe it will give you some new perspective. When we have more time to talk, I want to share stories of my life, of what little time I've been able to use.
Speaking of which, you look great. I'm guessing you went to a sorcerer for the adjustments.
Well, thank you. I did. As a matter of fact, I did.
You know, something about you screamed egg, but I wasn't really sure.
Thanks.
Wow, not saying, oh no, that
All right.
from sorcerer. I got it from our sweet little Lythander over there.
Who is a sorcerer?
No, I'm a necromancer.
For this week's thumbnail, I'm just gonna put Lythander next to some estradiol capsules.
I am the Eggman.
Well, see you at the battle. Or, I guess see you at the... Yeah, you know what I mean.
Very well. And thank you in advance for the souls. I promise to not forge too many of them into the souls deal.
Yeah.
I do... I'm not stigmata. I need them for kingdom and bureaucracy and people purposes rather than raw ingredients. Don't you worry about
right.
that.
Just make sure to keep that to a minimum. It's we're still dealing with a bit of the we're still dealing with a bit of the problems of that. You know.
By the way, take your exalt milestone for this session for making a deal with her.
Yeah, without using any of my anime effects too. That's pretty good.
Oh, you didn't oath seal this?
I didn't know. I oath. I was thinking of oath sealing it. I have like 2 anima for it. But I get, like... I can be down to, like, just trust her on this.
Okay.
Because, it's the kind of thing that
the first
drives...
one going still.
We have the first one going, and also, I don't know if they null each other out.
No.
And additionally, it's the kind of thing that does drive people away. It's typically, it's kind of the thing that drove Liza away.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to rely on it less.
Okay, so with that, the reflection of SSS fades.
I'll seal.
Hey, you want to inform anyone what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I'll seal a minor oath. So
Okay.
because I have 2.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so Aura will walk into the captain's barracks. Her hair is all frizzed out. She looks disheveled.
What the fuck happened to you?
I just had a very long and exhausting conversation.
With who?
Sky Sundering Shadow.
And Gavel's going to pinch the bridge of her nose. Do I even want
Yes.
to know?
Okay. So Sky is going to be assisting us in the coming fight.
Truly not from the bottom of their heart or anything. Or lack thereof.
They're
shall
calling
I
in a
say.
favor from a friend. That's what she told me.
Uh-huh.
In exchange, she wanted the souls of the fallen. I got her to promise me that she would keep fabrication of soul steel to an absolute minimum, if not nil. But mainly, her real intention with this venture is she is waiting for someone to arrive at the center of this encounter.
Please tell me it's an ally for once.
Yes and no.
Uh-huh.
An abyssal is going to be born here.
Okay.
A dawn abyssal. At the site of this battle.
I see.
Real muscle heads. Big, powerful, strong
Y'all
archetypes.
will remember what a dawn is.
I forget.
Mhm.
I forget exactly the specificity. But I caught wind of it. Sky says she needs a pupil to get some work done. So I got her to make a little deal with me. We would share the pupil.
Okay.
We could talk. We would have complete and total transparency. We would not be able to lie to each other about any of the circumstances of the apprenticeship, or about the other one's intentions, or how do you say that?
Your motives about
Intentions and motivations, yes. And we can't badmouth each other to them, just to make sure that at the end of their path, when they have, when they've learned all they need to learn, they can make their own decision with as little biases as possible. That was mine.
Gavel smirks a bit. So you two can't badmouth each other.
Aura looks up at the sky and puts her hand on her chin. like looking around, like sort of making mental calculus in her head, like, huh? And then silence for 4 or 5 minutes.
You could say as much bullshit as you want, I guess.
Please, Aura, as a, I can't believe I'm actually going to say this for the first time in my life. As an ally of mine, you'll have to make sure to introduce me to your pupil at some point.
Oh, but of course.
Indeed.
Don't look at the Korak in
It's
the
only
corner
fair.
who's
Alright.
thinking of ideas of turning into SS or Sky Sundering Shadow to then inform the new apprentice that they need to break all soul steel that they ever find.
That's right, you have her shape.
Oh, also, if I find out that, that she takes any of the souls of my men and puts them in soul steel, I'm going to cave her face in against the concrete.
Noted.
She's already halfway there.
And we're already halfway there!
She has no jaw, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
So, with that, I'm gonna have one more bonus step of the venture. Last chance to dig out Meon before he can,
sure,
pull his
what
trap
do I have
card
to
out.
do?
I'm gonna call I was gonna call Hopkins.
Hopkins, you can add Hopkins' dice rating to the roll to find him out.
Okay. Alright, and that would just be... What would it be for a roll? Awareness?
Yeah, this will be Force plus Awareness.
Force plus awareness, and how many would I get additionally with Hopkins's thing?
Hopkins' thing gives you a 3 dice bonus.
Oh, okay, thank you. Force plus awareness, just to make sure. Is that correct, Rex?
Yeah, Force plus awareness, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Wanted to double check. Then the 3 dice bonus from Hopkins. That's 5 successes. I don't think that's enough.
No, you just barely meet it.
Oh, let's go!
Although... Actually, wait, that's a 2-die penalty.
Surprise stunt.
Oh, yeah, because we're trying to... Darn it. Yeah, true.
Reroll as an 8, sorry.
Yep.
Surprise
That's
stunt.
fine. No, you're good. I forgot.
Oh yeah, you could do a retro stunt if you want to try and describe what you're trying to do to track this motherfucker down.
Alright, Gavel's going to call Hopkins over, and Gavel's gonna get on, kind of stoop down on one knee to kind of get on Hopkins's level. Gavel's going to pet Hopkins's cheek and rub his head and all that. Hopkins, we've been at this for a long time. We've tracked several creatures, both of bipedal and quadrupedal, in various sizes, from mouse to terrifying sizes. You've been such a good boy all that time. Now, the time has come for you to once again help me, to aid me, in trying to track down some prey that could do a lot of damage, not only to us, but to the new allies we've made. Still can't believe... I'm gonna have to get used to saying that word. Alright, Hopkins. Help me. Show me. Where is our prey?
So as this is going on, it just so happens that the Deadeye priests are on the deck of your ship, doing a ceremony to Mars to bless them in victory for the upcoming war.
Mm-hmm.
Hopkins takes 2 steps outside of your door and barks at one of the deckhands, who is kind of tuning one of the fire wand cannons.
Uh-huh.
It's him. He's just standing there, literally 5 feet from your office.
And roundhouse kick to the face.
You'll need to succeed on a difficulty 5 fortitude integrity roll to do so.
Alright.
Because he has activated 2 modes for faultless ceremony.
Goodness sakes, alright.
No mundane
So let's
outside
see.
influence will interrupt or spoil
1,
this
2,
scene,
3,
which he is using to sanctify and save his own ass during this prayer ceremony.
That's fine. Okay, please be kind.
Question:
and
Is
full of
there
grace.
anything that Lythander
No,
can
that's
do?
one success. That's fine.
Unfortunately, you can make a roll yourself of Fortitude plus Integrity
For
Roundhouse kick to the face.
to see if you can attack him, because otherwise he has activated Cool It, and it will be impossible to attack him.
Lythander is.
But likewise
does
for him.
Lythander see him?
Make your own awareness roll.
Awareness, got it.
Gavel?
Hmm.
Yeah, Force plus Awareness.
Wait a minute. Rex, did someone try to make an awareness roll?
Yeah.
Can I retroactively activate Waves and Rivers Ranging?
What?
Yeah, sure.
To let Gavel use my awareness?
Yeah, this is for Lythander here.
Well, no, I already passed in the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, sorry. I said Waves and Rivers Ranging is for Navigate. I thought it was for awareness. Anyway, carry on.
Do your
Blessed
thing,
rolls.
Lythander.
Let my character take his revenge so that he can shove a shovel through that bastard's neck.
That's 4 successes.
Do you want to try and retroactively do a
I am
stunt?
flying above to search for the guy.
Hey, that sounds like perfect to me. Add 2 dice.
He's gonna. I thought he was gonna be like,
Please.
I'm gonna
Six.
smack every single.
Or 5
my
successes.
goodness!
What? No, 6
Nice.
successes.
No, 6 successes. You were right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the roll to notice him.
I instantly
So
untransform,
you do see
trying
him.
to do a skydive
But
shovel item.
You'll
Okay.
also need to do Fortitude
Do I get a
plus
stunt
Integrity.
for Shovel Knight pogo hopping there?
literally doing
Uh,
that. Literally.
Yes, you do. You do.
Oh, that's
What?
awesome.
So let me ask you.
Like,
What when someone successfully detects this guy, does it count as them successfully defending against social influence from a non-trivial enemy?
I would count it.
this would not be.
Okay, then I've committed 1 mote for Sun King Radiance. I am stacking power, anima, and will now.
Nice. Alright, so, Lythander, you do see this motherfucker who almost ruined your life, and you do try a plunging attack on him. Unfortunately, something about how you're landing... You know what? No. He actually parries the attack with the blade that erased your memories, and then for some reason future attacks of violence seem to freeze up and fizzle. Like, you physically can't bring yourself to attack him. Well, I suppose it was only a matter of time. till
Wait,
the
actually,
jackasses
is he
showed up.
trying to perform a ritual still?
No, he's blessing the ritual someone else is doing.
Does he have to use any items to do this?
There is another prayer paper floating
Shadow
in the air.
Hands
That's
casting
happening.
to grab the paper.
Go ahead and give me a finesse plus
goodness.
sagacity roll.
I thought the cat had your tongue.
I am going to use an excellency in sagacity.
Difficulty 10.
You're
This
kidding me.
ought to be interesting.
Okay. Oh, you were close.
That was close.
You were really close,
Eight.
my man.
8 successes.
Does anybody have anything to try to help me here?
I have 0
Hey, you want to
motes.
try
I
and
cannot help.
stunt?
Sure, I try to sweep his
I'm gonna
leg while
fucking-
casting to try to
I
distract
activate-
him.
Okay, I spend 1 mote. Domain beneficence. Go get the 3 dice bonus.
Wait, 3 dice bonus?
Oh, you know what? Sure.
Yes, 3 dice
Volcanic.
bonus. Volcanic alacrity.
And
So 5 more dice.
5 dice, I believe.
Yeah!
That's 3 successes!
that's what I'm talking
That's
about!
11 successes in total!
So he's about to start a whole villainous monologue at you, explaining his motivations. It's like, well, you know that once this is over, you're all going to die here, and I'll be able to... And that's when Lythander actually manages to grab the Sidereal prayer paper and rips it in half. This is normally impossible to do. Like, difficulty 10 is honestly lowballing it for dispelling this protective spell, but... Hey, Lunars and Sidereals have been at war centuries. If anyone could do it, it'd be them. Mm-hmm. And perhaps it was from tutoring with Obsidian Leopard, or perhaps it was the thermals from Aura noticing he was trying to do some sick shit and just helping out. But Lythander is able to sweep through the air, and amidst all these hurricane force winds that are coming out of nowhere to buffet against him and protect this magic, is able to cleave right through it. And that's when, mid-evil speech, mid-launching into a motivational tirade, you see Meon's face fall.
Roundhouse kick. Bam.
Give me a force plus close combat roll to see how well this happens.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 9 in total. Hold on.
He's finally out of tricks for now.
Or no, wait, that's 9.
For this one round.
9.
Finally, this guy...
5 successes.
He has a defense of 5.
So you hit!
Oh, goodness.
These players win ties.
Now, technically, combat hasn't started, and you haven't built up power, but you do actually manage to get a hit on him. But it's like Jonathan deflecting Dio's fist with his face.
That's fine.
He takes a... You kick him in the face. You actually do. It only seems to bother him.
I've been waiting so fucking long
to do that. You see, like, Thander's teeth gritting, and the butterflies are forming around the shovel like a chainsaw.
I'm not stupid enough to take on 3 Celestials on my own.
But just...
I have a whole army to do that. And as you see this, his whole body seems to shift and morph as makeup and prosthetics emerge from a little backpack he had concealed underneath him, and it seems to just so happen to make him up to look like a jellyfish man. He is wearing a disguise of 100 Venom Stinger. I have an army to deal with that for me.
Oh my goodness.
Question.
Yeah?
What forms do I have again? I know I have SSD or Sky Sundering Shadows.
Have you not been keeping
No, I'm trying to
notes of all
remember
your
if I
forms?
might have haphazardly got 100 Venom Stingers formed as well.
You were not able to fool him, actually.
I just wanted to make sure, because I know I had that interaction. I thought I...
Yeah, that was a good... You have... For Exalt Jinx, you have, that you remember.
Leon.
You have Triple S and you have Unblinking Eye.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, Unblinking Eye. I don't think I put that into my stuff. I forgot about Unblinking Eye entirely.
He actually is out of motes that he would normally be using to absence away. So he just lets himself fall backwards into the ocean. Somehow he seems to pass directly through the bars on the railings on the ship and just falls into it. He just lets himself fall as... He lets the momentum of the kick let him propel backwards. Like after a delay after a JoJo time delay of an exchange, he falls into the ocean to menace you again later.
Jotaro, you fool! Does this street look familiar to you?
Don't I actually have a way to contact 100 Venom Stinger?
You do have ways to contact other allies, like the doorknob to the Dream Soul shop.
Okay, I could have sworn that it's something with 100 Venom.
You interacted with them because you somehow actually figured him out, but I think
yeah, you don't have him on the phone or
I wish
anything.
I did. That would be the funniest thing to do right now.
That'd be so.
That would, yeah.
Hey, y'all, there's some jerk who was trying to take over your army. What do you mean there's a jerk trying to take over my army?
Yeah, it's at this moment when one of the priests... This all went unnoticed by all the mortals, by the way. This was happening in the corner of the ship. One of the priests comes up to Gavel. Prophet, would you like to help bless us and send a prayer to Mars for What just happened?
Not the fucking
Nothing
time, Stargazer.
Welcome to One Piece.
Hey, Aura and Lythander, I'll need you to roll against Arcane Fate.
What is rolling against Arcane Fate?
Fortitude and Integrity. Although I will say you get an auto stunt from Sun King Radiance.
Fortitude, Integrity?
Yep.
Alright, we are... Integrity here.
Gavel's immune to it.
Yeah.
6 successes.
6 successes.
Lythander, you are too
man.
fucking mad to forget about this guy.
And then Aura, let us see what she rolls. That is 4 successes. Ouch.
So you don't forget entirely that the conversation happened, Aura, but you do forget what he looked like, and more specifically, you forget about the disguise thing. You just remember he was there, Gavel kicked him, then he was gone.
Lythander's ready to kill someone.
Yeah? All the memories of that are clear as day, and now he's gone for a few minutes. He'll be back again soon, I promise.
Oh, I'm sure. But Gavel got some catharsis out of kicking him directly in the face.
For the record, Gavel, you might actually start with some bonuses for the boss fight for landing a hit on him.
Oh, yes, please. It's gonna be Travis versus Damon all over again.
Yeah, you hit me!
Not even my father hit me!
I'm also might be starting with some bonuses.
I can't believe
I've
he was
just
the
been.
final boss.
People have just
It
been
made no
successfully
sense.
defending against social influence around me, so I'm just stacking power. And
Lythander,
and
start the
Anima's
game! The final
Start
game!
the game. The final game.
next time.
Also, I was gonna make a joke earlier that Lythander with the shovel was basically Shinobu with Phil at the
Yeah.
end of No More Heroes
Her
3.
name, the name of her sword is Jacob's Ladder.
Oh,
by
that
the
is
way,
such a raw name.
That's so
They did
good!
well because her name is Shinobu Jacobs.
Oh yeah! So to this point, Nue shows up again. Her arms are mostly back. They're child-sized limbs compared to the rest of her adult portion body.
oh hello, what's up?
Sorry about that, I was taking a leak.
That's fine.
What just happened? I heard some shouting.
Hey, we have latrines for that.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, okay, good. Thank goodness.
They,
All right,
they can
but,
explain it better than I can.
So we just found out that psycho asshole number 4 had infiltrated the group, and me and Lythander here just shoved him
Didn't
off.
he already do that? Or am I thinking of a different asshole?
There's a lot to go around, but it's the Bureau of Destiny.
Oh,
one.
Sidereals. Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember what he said at all? Like, or what he was doing?
He's
Because they have that memory editing
trying
thing.
to be cheeky.
Well, this time he was. Basically, and Aura, it appears you seem to be blanking a bit as well.
Yeah,
but
good.
basically, what they're trying to do right now is hose its 100 venom stinger and recourse the army.
Oh!
The one over there, and she points
Oh
to the jellyfish
On the horizon, yes.
Yeah.
So she kind of blanches. Oh. Yeah, they can do this. It's not as advanced as we can, but they can disguise themselves as other kind of chosen, like Castmark and all. So that makes sense, but it really fucking sucks.
I'd rather have them on that side than on my ship.
We don't have too much time. I do know a few tricks to help buff people up and maybe give them some fangs and claws, or just, even without mutating, just give them some martial prowess, but not with this too close. If we had a way to get more time, then maybe I could help out a bit, but...
Lythander,
Of course!
your finger,
What do you
please.
want with it now,
Go,
milady?
Rain. We want to chat.
I just need to use the ring.
We're going to record a podcast in the
Okay.
rain.
Call it the dipship. The legitimate ring podcast.
The dip ring.
Yes.
All
The
right,
ring's dip.
New Way, how many people can you help with?
Well, all the guys on this boat, I think, is probably the upper limit of what I can do on short notice.
That's A, impressive. B, okay, get them. We'll get them all here. You're all going in the ring and having a little bonding
I told you, man. She's legit. She's legit.
All right, we'll close off on everyone going back into the bag of holding for another group talk session / last-minute football huddle. Appropriate, given we're recording this on the day of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and as we go inside, as we go inside, Adam and Nue just making small talk.
I wish I had some tomato soup with basil right now.
Yeah.
All right, so Nue, in terms of updates she wants to give, yeah, it's about as what we expected. The army's coming here en masse to sack the city. All sorts about how they'll cleanse the undesirables and purge Shampur of its corruption and all that bullshit that just disguises them wanting to kill a shitload of people.
Yeah, that seems to be the modus operandi of a bunch of people we know.
Yeah, those Shadow Fang vanguards are motherfuckers.
It's always about making a better world. People can just be transparent about this. Just say you want to murder a bunch of people for fun.
Just be a murder hobo, like us.
She kind of gestures around the ring. I mean, this counts as a home.
What about my home?
That's true. That's true.
Also, calling people murder hobos feels disingenuous to people without houses. Just putting that out there.
That's fair.
Like your Zenith friend. I don't know if they're still a Zenith. They have all that weird green shit, but they're nomads. Her people are nomads. You can't
Yes,
call.
I can.
Are we friends?
Maybe.
Who's going to stop me? The IRS?
The
I will.
editor.
The editor?
I will.
No. Not the IRS.
Alright. Yeah, so anyway, we close off on that, and with zooming into the distance at the jellyfish army. Hey, why is one of them glowing white?
Oh, lovely. It's, what's his dumb face?
Assume direct control.
Oh no, it's even worse!
Oh no. It's everyone. Everyone is here to make our day worse.
All of the warriors.
Our guest star is gonna walk into such a clusterfuck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
Hey, Redacted, let me inform you what happened last time. 50-page document.
I'm here to collect.
Alright, that sounds like a good place to leave off on. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Sakes.
Have a good
Have a
time.
good night, everyone. I hope you have a good Super Football Day. Goodbye now.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are really excited to bring you our first big project, and you can also follow all of our socials for more of our content. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed this episode, or know a friend or two who would be interested in this setting or the story we're telling, spreading the word is a great help to a brand new podcast. Me and the players have a lot of ideas and plot seeds for later, both in the far future and 2 weeks from now, the next episode of FateBreakers. Catch you then.